Good evening, everyone. This is Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges, and we are live from Panther Stadium tonight for the home opener of the Fort Stockton Panthers. We're going to play the Alpine Bucks here tonight, Darren, in a renovated stadium. Things are not quite finished in several places, but we are good enough to have a football game here tonight at Panther Stadium. So we're looking forward to this home opener, and our press box, our new home during football games, is pretty nice, and we're glad to be here.
Well, if you were expecting to come here and the dome would be completed, you're going to bring an umbrella. It might rain, but the dome has not been completed.
All right, so we are ready to go. This press box is a bit different. Before we had a walk-through press box, and now we've got our own booth and our own door to get into the booth. So maybe we won't be invaded by the whole bunch of people in the press box tonight.
And our own vacuum cleaner. We've got a lot of stuff in here. This is pretty good.
Well, that's right, Darren. So we've got the Class 3A Division I Alpine Bucks against the Class 4A Division II Fort Stockton Panthers tonight. Both teams are 0-1. And, Darren, we both suffered losses in the first week. The Panthers to 4A Division I Lakeview. And I believe Alpine lost to Wellington last week. I'm not sure if Wellington is 3A Division II or 2A Division I. Anyway, they're a smaller school than Alpine, but Alpine did get beat last week by Wellington.
Well, I thought it was Wellman Union, but yeah, they did, and that's a pretty good team. The Skyrockets are good every year, and so this will be somebody's going to get their first win.
Okay, so we'll be back after Coach's Corner with our pregame show and our kickoff scheduled for tonight at 7 p.m. So everybody make their way out to Panther Stadium. We have a brand new stadium. And, we've got a brand new renovated stadium, and we've got a beautiful dressing room down at the south end, coaches' offices, and so forth. So it is quite nice. We'll be back after Coach's Corner.
It's time for Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Spring Branch Waterwell Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Join us now for Coach's Corner.
Hello, everyone. This is Ken Ripley with KFST, and we're here with Coach DJ Howell, the head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers. Coach, first let's talk about last week's game against the Lakeview Chiefs. A loss of 42-7. What was your overall reaction to that game?
Well, it was a difficult way to start the season. There were some things that went on in that ball game that were in our control and some things that weren't. Obviously, we got to do a better job of protecting the football and eliminating turnovers. We had too many missed tackles, and then we had some penalties that hurt us in some different situations. Those are the things that we can control, along with just cleaning up a lot of other details. But when we had our quarterbacks get hurt, when you get two of your two starting quarterbacks or your first two quarterbacks, it's going to limit you offensively, which obviously hurt us. I think emotionally there was a letdown from that. We were up 7-0 and driving to go up 14-0. And, in that situation, if we're able to get up 14-0, I think the game's different, especially if we're able to have one of those two quarterbacks available. But, I think the way you get over some difficult things like that is, one, you understand that happens in football, but, you've got to identify what your problems were. You got to come up with solutions for it, which we did on Saturday. We were at it early Saturday morning, and, we came up with some answers, identified our problems. Then the second thing is you got to work with a sense of urgency this week, which we have, to fix those problems. And then the third thing is, once you've identified your problems, come up with answers, and you're working hard towards those solutions. The third thing is you've got to have some optimism about how you're going to come out of it on the other end. And I think we're certainly at that point going into this next ball game, is that we understand what we need to do better. We understand that there's got to be urgency, and we also understand that there's a lot of hope and a lot of reason to be optimistic.
All right, Coach, the game started out pretty well with a nice sustained drive for a touchdown. How did the game change as it continued?
Well, our plan was to come into the ball game with the first game of the season and be fairly conservative early on. We wanted to be able to establish a running game. We felt like we would be able to do that, and then we got some stops defensively. And so we felt like if we were patient early on, we didn't commit any, silly turnovers or give up some big plays, that we would eventually get up a couple of scores. Then they would have to change their game plan, and we would be able to do some different things and be a little more aggressive from that point on, and that things would kind of go our way. And part of that did happen. We did get up 7-0. We were moving to go score again, and we did get those defensive stops. The problem was, Bubba gets hurt on one of the early series, he was our second quarterback, and then Jerry goes down picking up that fourth down play. And so the drive stalls out, and then we get a couple more stops defensively, but when we just weren't able to put much offense together, we left the defense out on the field too long, and you're not able to extend your lead. They get back in the ball game 7-6. We're okay, but we still can't move the ball at that point. And then we give up a play on a slot fade where, at that point that we just had exposed the defense a little bit too much, left them out there too long, and then you're down 14-7, which we felt like, hey, we're going to go into halftime and 14-7 is just a football game. We're getting the ball after half. Unfortunately, in a way, we get a long kickoff return, 2 long runs, and we're inside their 20. So we got to take a chance to score right there before half. We don't have any timeouts, so you can't just run it, because if you do, the clock runs out. But instead, we take a play that we feel pretty good about with our, like I said, Nick came in a tough situation. And so, we felt like we were going to get this thing wide open. We did. We just didn't connect on the pass, and the ultimate bad thing happens when they run it back 95 yards, and you go in and have 21-7. And so emotionally there was a letdown. And then, Jerry's able to come back in the game in the second half, but he wasn't really ready. He wasn't his normal self. We get a turnover and they score real quick, and that's pretty much the ball game at that point. We made a decision at that point that we needed to save Jerry and look forward to these other games coming up, and we had to make the best decision with him not being able to move very well. But he's had a good week this week, and so we're on to Alpine.
All right, let's talk about the overall defensive performance against Lakeview.
I thought we did a lot of really good things, especially early on defensively. We got several stops. If we're able to convert some of those stops and offensively go put the ball in the end zone, I think that the whole dynamic of the game has changed. We did a good job of tackling the football early on, and we were patient with what we were doing. We didn't take many chances, so we were pretty conservative on defense as well, thinking that later on we'd have this lead and we could, take some chances later on. Unfortunately, we just got exposed too long defensively. If you leave them out there and let people get opportunity after opportunity, some things are going to happen to your defense. So, but I thought for the most part they did a good job. Then later on in the game, I think there were some plays that happened that may not happen under normal circumstances.
All right, Coach, and what about offensively?
Early on, we were being patient. We didn't throw the ball as much as we would normally like to, because we felt like if we stuck with the running game early, that some of those chances or some of those opportunities in the passing game would be there. Unfortunately, we never got to that, because once the quarterbacks got hurt, we were very limited in what we could do in the passing game. And so, it's really kind of, if you were grading it, I would give the offense an incomplete, because I don't think that they were actually – under the circumstances that we were under, we did what we had to do. And so, I think there's hope on both sides. I really feel optimistic going into this ball game that you're going to see a pretty different ball club than what you saw last Friday, especially in the second half.
And what about special teams? How did they do?
Special teams wise, we got a kickoff that went through the end zone, which was very good. Our directional kickoff, we covered that very well. Once again, in high school football, when you have some of these injuries we have, you're not only losing your quarterback, but you're losing your punter. You're also losing your gunner on one of the deals. And so, our punt situation, we had a couple guys that were thrown into the fire right there, and we got a couple penalties in the second half by not getting lined up. But there were multiple people in there that were kind of playing out of position. So, no excuses. At some point, you are what you do, and so we're we're being honest and made an honest assessment about what we needed to do to get better. But I feel like some of those things were difficult situations, and then some of the things we got to clean up.
All right, Coach, and what would you say are the main areas of improvement we need to focus on?
Well, one, we got to get our passing game going this week. We have to do some things in the passing game that create some of those dynamic plays. Two, I think we have to tackle better than what we did in the second half of the ball game. I thought we tackled really well in the first half. Second half, we need to be better. Turnovers, we have to protect the football, but at the same time, we can't be, you've still got to swing your sword and you got to go out there and try to make some things happen, but got to protect the football and traffic, make sure our exchanges are good. And then the third thing is we had some penalties that are just not acceptable to what we're trying to do here. Those areas were addressed both during the game and during this week, so we need to clean some of those things up. If we do those things, then I think we're going to be heading in the right direction.
All right, we'll take a break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in just a moment.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099. Cassandra's Flowers & More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers & More to place your order 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers & More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945. And we continue here on Coach's Corner with Panther head coach D.J. Howell. Coach, let's talk about this week's opponent now, the Alpine Bucks. What do you know about this ball club?
They're a football team that, like us, they're coming off of a loss this week one, but they're a talented football club. They have a very talented quarterback. Offensively, they're going to throw screens. They're going to throw the ball down the field. So they're going to try to create some big plays with their offense. They're going to spread you out to do those things. And then defensively, they are a very disciplined defense, and they run what they run. You're not going to get a bunch of misalignments from those guys. They pick their opportunities to bring pressure, and so a lot of times you're going to get a stacked box. But you're just going to have to execute at a really high level. If you do that, then you're going to have a chance. But sound on both sides of the ball, and got some dynamic playmakers on offense.
Well, Coach, they did give up 57 points to Wellington last week. And they've got a new coach also, at the helm there in Alpine. How did you think they performed in week one in that game?
I think it's a very similar situation where they played well early. They had opportunities to make a game of it, and then the thing kind of got away from them as well. And so sometimes you get these big lopsided scores, and the game when you're watching it on film is actually much closer. I think that is the case in this situation. And so they're looking to bounce back, and so I'm sure that they looked at our score and said, hey, this is a week that they can get right. And so we need to be ready for their best effort. They're going to come in as a team that needs to get a W and get things going their way. So they're going to have a sense of urgency, and we need we need to be the team that's most ready to play and most wanting to play the football game on Friday.
All right, Coach, what kind of offense and defense are we going to see from the Bucs?
They're going to get in spread a lot, where they've got 4 wide receivers, and they're going to get in some trip sets and doubles. But then they also have a heavy package where they'll bring in their inside linebacker and make him the running back. And when they do that, they're in 2 backs and a tight end set sometimes. And so they're capable of doing both. But what they want to do is spread you out. They have a dynamic quarterback. And so we have to make sure that we stay in our rush lanes, keep contained, and try to force him to play from within the pocket.
And who are the standout players for Alpine?
Their quarterback is one of their major threats, and so we have to address him. They've got several receivers on the outside that are good football players, and then their inside linebacker, David Baca, is a very good football player, and A.J. Lanez. So, those are the guys that kind of pop out to you on film. They're 2 inside linebackers and their quarterback, or guys that when you're looking at film, those guys, you have to address those things.
And how would you compare the talent level, strength, and size of Alpine to the Panthers?
I think that we match up favorably. On paper and all those things, I think we've got guys that can be successful in this ball game. But at the same time, I really think it's a lot about just us. We need to come out of our first game, and like I said, we got to understand the things that we can do better, understand some of the things that were beyond our control, and make sure that we play an aggressive physical style of football this week. If we do that, then we can come out of this game and feel good about where we're at.
Okay, we'll take another break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in just a moment. Cassandra's Flowers and More is located at 803 West Dickinson, next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers and More to place your order, 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers and More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945. La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
All right, we're back for the last segment of Coach's Corner with Panther head coach D.J. Howell. Coach, what are the keys to getting a win in this ball game against the Bucs tonight?
First thing is we got to come in with an attitude of we got to be aggressive, both offensively and defensively. We got to get after them a little bit. The other thing is that we got to make sure that we clean up those things from week one that needed to be addressed. But a lot of it's just a mentality. We got to come into this football game understanding that there's a sense of urgency and also our readiness to play. And so that's something we've stressed all week. I'll be honest. I think that, when you come out of those things, it's okay during the week to we're all a little agitated this week, I think. I think the football players are. And so, the mood of your team should be a little uncomfortable this week. I think that we are. I think we're very ready to get back out on the field and demonstrate that what happened on week 1 was one of those nights that you're going to look back on and go, man, a lot of stuff happened that night that really wasn't us. But you got to go prove those things. You've got to get back out on the field and go execute plays. And so if we do a good job up front on the offensive line, starts there every week, and then if Jerry's got to be able to make some plays in the passing game for us, we do that, and then defensively we put pressure on their quarterback, then I think that those are some of the keys to the game.
Yeah, that was my next question. How do you plan to contain the Alpine offense? Kind of a spread offense, it sounds like so.
Well, one thing that they're going to try to do is get you out there in space where you have to tackle. And those are some things that we missed a couple times last week. We didn't early on, but then later on in the game, we missed some of those things. So we addressed our open field tackling, and some of that is just closing space, standing on the guy's toes and, wrapping up. So we went back to some of those fundamental things. And then the other thing is, when you have an athletic quarterback you're trying to defend, you've got to set edges of your defense where you're containing the quarterback. You're not letting him leak out and extend plays where the receivers then can get open and he can make plays with his feet or with his arm. So we need to set edges and make him step up in the pocket and keep him contained and make him play on time. If we do that and we force him to have to be in a rhythm and kind of speed him up a little bit, I think that then we have a good chance.
And offensively, what are we planning to do against the Bucs? Anything really different from the Lakeview game?
Obviously, there's some things from week to week when you see on film that you say, hey, this week we're going to be able to get this and this. And there's always some things that you think, hey, this looks good this week as opposed to last week. But in general, we've got to get some more dynamic plays out of our passing game. And so we're going to have to be able to do that. We got to take some shots and push the ball down the field. We're capable of that. We had planned on doing that last week, and then the game plan had to change. So, I think, I told the coaching staff this. When we came out of the Andrews and Mountain View scrimmages, we felt pretty good about where we were at. Not that we were, perfect by any stretch, but that we felt good about where we were going. We felt good about where we were in the passing game. And so I'm not going to let one night with a lot of different circumstances change my opinion about that. We just need to go back to work. We're healthy for the most part this week. And so, let's get back to where we were a week ago and, get busy.
All right, and what about our injury situation right now?
Bubba is still out this week. He's pending an MRI. We're going to see where we're at there. We've got some normal bumps and bruises, but for the most part, everybody's available this week. All of our starters are there except for Bubba, and he's certainly in our prayers and our thoughts. But Jerry is available. He's had a good week of practice. He's moving around. He's doing fine. And so good on the health front, and that's kind of where we're at there.
Okay, Coach, we play in our home opener tonight. After major renovations to our football stadium, you think the boys will feel a little bit better playing at home tonight?
Absolutely. I think that, first of all, the community, the school board, Dr. Zamora have done a great job with getting this renovation done and the new stuff that was built in. They've really done a great job of trying to push this thing to get it completed so we could have our home game, our first home game, and they've done a great job of that. And so I think there's a lot of activity going on for this first game, and so I think there will be a genuine excitement for the players for that. They should have a lot of pride in representing themselves, and they can see what the community has done for them. And then I think you couple that with the fact that we're very eager to get back out on the field and show that, we're a much better ball club than what we put on the field last week. So a lot of optimism, a lot of energy going into this game.
All right, take a look at our district after week 1 and how you think they performed, the teams that we're going to have coming up later on the schedule.
You're talking about Seminole. They come out of it. They're a very good football club. Midland Greenwood as well. Snyder, I saw them on film a little bit. And so, Monahans, all those teams, they're about what you thought that they were going to be. And so I really haven't spent a whole lot of time looking at what the district is because I feel like we have things that in our own kind of backyard we needed to clean up. To be honest with you, I really didn't pay attention a whole lot to what they were doing. I just knew that the Fort Stockton Panthers needed to address some things and get better this week. So we've kind of had that tunnel vision. But they're about what we would expect them to be. Bunch of good football clubs that we're going to have to get better continuously to be able to, when we get to district, to be in a good shape.
All right, Coach, I know you want to invite all our Panther fans out tonight to support our Panthers in our home opener against the Bucks. It's going to be a exciting and big night.
Absolutely. I think one of the key things that you can do for this football club and this team is come out and support, be loud. I want to, make it a difficult place for other people to play. The players are practicing very hard. It means a lot to them. And so we're going to come out and we're going to play very, very hard tonight. And, fan support means a lot. And so if we can be loud and get after it in the stands and stuff, I think the energy, the players will feed off that. And then it kind of feeds off itself. The players will play faster. And then you get more energy because you're making more plays. And so it just kind of feeds itself. And so that's what we're looking for tonight.
All right, Coach, good luck against Alpine tonight.
Thank you very much, and I hope you have a good evening.
All right, and that's going to be it for Coach's Corner today. Stay tuned for Panther football. We'll have that at 7 o'clock on Friday night here on KFST. And I'm Ken Ripley for Coach's Corner.
You have been listening to Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you this season by Spring Branch Water Well Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Thank you for joining us for Coach's Corner. It's time for the pregame show, brought to you by Bayou Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Let's join Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges now for the pregame show.
Good evening, everyone. Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges. Our crew also includes Sam Warren, and we've also got Daryl Scott as our statistician. Sam is running our camera tonight for our YouTube page. And so we're ready for a big game tonight at the renovated Panther Stadium.
I like it, the booth here, at least the booth is great. I haven't really been down in the stands much, but tell you, I like what they've done up here.
Yeah, and I think the reserved seating section does not have the backs on the seats yet, but that's coming. And they're going to have another 2 weeks to work on it before our next home game after tonight. So, yeah, there's a lot of things left to be done, but it's certainly good enough to play some football tonight in Panther Stadium.
Yeah, we had a couple of fans that, they leaned back, and they leaned all the way back. And you just can't do that yet.
And our Jumbotron is on the air over there in the end zone.
It really is.
It's in the south end zone. It's above our new dressing facilities and offices, a really nice complex, which has really given us so much more space, Darren. We've now got a football locker room for the varsity, for the JV, and for the freshmen, all in a row down here on this end. And then the visiting team now has a dressing room in the old field house, which has been renovated as well. So the visiting teams now get the dressing facility that the Panthers used to have, so they don't have to go over to the HPE building anymore. And then down on the east end of that new dressing facility is where the girls' dressing facility is, and they'll be able to get ready there for softball and so forth. There's also a training room in there and lots of offices and conference rooms. It's a very, very nice facility.
Well, we ought to do what Hayden Fry did at Iowa and paint the visitors' locker room pink. I think I always thought that was funny.
All right, so we are getting ready for the Panthers tonight, kicking off against the Alpine Bucks. We've got starters for both ball clubs. Darren, the Panthers had a disappointing start last week. They started off the game well, leading 7-0 after the first quarter, but Lakeview came back with 2 offensive and 1 defensive touchdown in the second period, and it was 21-7 at halftime. Then they scored 3 more touchdowns in the third quarter, and it was a 42-7 finish for Fort Stockton last week, losing to Lakeview. And then Alpine losing to Wellington last week, I believe, 57-15.
Well, it was. I think the Panthers losing our starting quarterback, and then the 2 scores right in the last minute of half. We just came out flat after that and didn't get back into the game.
All right, we're going to be back in just a moment with our pregame show. We've got starters on both sides of the ball. We'll be back in a moment.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special, unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, Western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
All right, we're back, and we're going to have the starters for the Fort Stockton Panthers offensively. Darren Hodges, go ahead.
All right, we've got 13 starters because our running backs will alternate, but I'm going to give you all 13.
Go ahead.
All right, at senior, number 0, Nick Almendaris, running back. We've got number 2. Let's skip down. Number 6, wide receiver, Cedric Lopez. He's a senior. We've got another wide receiver, number 10, Angel Lujan. At quarterback, number 11, Jerry Diaz. He's a senior. Wide receiver, number 21, Jaden Sotelo. He's a senior. Wide receiver, a sophomore, Nicky Sotelo. At running back, a sophomore, number 30, Jeremiah Gonzalez. Left tackle, number 55, Roy Marcus. Right guard, number 56, Jose Baisa. Left guard, number 60, Israel Tricetero. He's a senior. At right tackle, number 72, J.J. Montoya. He's a junior. And at center, number 75, Cy Rojas. He's a senior.
All right, now we're going to take a look at the defensive starters for the Alpine Bucks, and they have 6 two-way starters, I believe, tonight. David Baca is a linebacker. He's a senior. A.J. Giannis is a linebacker, a senior. Another linebacker is Alec Ramos. He's a senior. Free safety Day Hardwick, and he is a senior. Strong safety Dane Jeffries is a senior. And cornerback Thaddeus Prieto, he's a sophomore. Cornerback Harlow Vargas is a junior. Linebacker Rody Babb, a junior. Defensive tackle Seth Dutchover, a senior. Nose guard is Chris Munoz, a junior. And defensive tackle Darius Portillo, a sophomore. All right, we'll be back with the rest of our starters on the pregame show after this. Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special, unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
All right, we're back with more Panther football on the pregame show. Let's take a look now at the offense for the Alpine Bucks, and then Darren will take a look at the defense for the Panthers tonight. Running back for Alpine, David Baca, a senior. Wide receiver Tay Hardwick, a sophomore. Wide receiver Zane DeLeon, a freshman. And a tight end, Alec Ramos, a senior. The quarterback is Day Hardwick, a senior. Wide receiver Thaddeus Prieto, a sophomore. Tight end, and these are alternating tight ends, by the way. Rody Babb is a junior. He's one of those tight ends. Right tackle, Eric Yanis, a senior. Right guard, Seth Dutchover, a senior. The center, Adriel Valenzuela, a junior. Left tackle is Darius Portillo, a sophomore. And left guard is Matthew Pierce, a junior. So that's the offense for Alpine.
All right, on defense, once again, we have 13 starters, depending on what Alpine shows on offense. So I'm going to list all 13. We've got safety, number 2, Jordan Olvera. He's a senior. At outside linebacker, number 4, Fabian Ramirez. He's a senior. At cornerback, number 5, Anthony Cortez. He's a senior. Inside linebacker, number 8, Alan Leyva. He's a senior. Cornerback, number 9, Diego Ramos. He's a senior. At safety, number 10, Angel Lujan. He's a junior. Outside linebacker, number 15, Angel Mendoza. He's a senior. Inside linebacker, number 20, Adrian Ramirez. He's a senior. At safety, number 23, Nicky Sotelo. He's a sophomore. Defensive end, number 55, Roy Marcus. He's a junior. Defensive end, number 60, Israel Trocero. He's a senior. Nose guard, number 64, Daniel Pettis. He's a senior. And at defensive end, number 68, Andrew Black. He's a senior.
All right, that completes all of our starters tonight. We've got our pregame show wrapping up, and we're about 10 minutes or so, maybe 11 or 12 away from kickoff tonight at Panther Stadium. We've got, overcast skies tonight, Darren, a slight chance for rain. We've had a few sprinkles today, but that's due to the remnants of hurricane or tropical storm Lorena coming out of the Baja. And so we're going to have overcast skies the rest of the evening, I think. But we've got about a 20% chance of showers tonight, but I don't think we'll have any lightning. I sure hope not, like we did last week.
I hope not. It is a nice night for football, so come on out.
All right, and it's the renovated Panther Stadium. They're not quite finished with everything, but it's certainly they're well on the way to doing that. And we've got a beautiful new field house on the south end and a renovated field house on the southwest corner, and a new jumbotron and a lot of new things here and a new press box and new stands. So it's really looking good.
Yeah, they can see the jumbotron in Grand Falls, so it's really big.
All right, we'll be back. We've got more Panther football coming up.
You have been listening to the pregame show with Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges. The pregame show has been brought to you by Bella Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Stay tuned for Fort Stockton Panther Kickoff.
It's time now for Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and KFST's YouTube page. Panther football is being brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Casilla Ledesma State Farm, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance Agency, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place in Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football also brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture Appliance, and by BBT. Now stay tuned for Panther football. Good evening, everyone. Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges, and the teams are entering the field. The Alpine Bucks are entering the field right now, carrying the American and Texas flag, the Alpine flag, and I guess the first responders flag. So the Fort Stockton Panthers will have our tunnel back this year, it looks like. At least here at this game we will, and that's a really nice looking tunnel, the Black Panther head.
I like it. Yeah, I heard that. James Warnock gave me that scoop. He said the tunnel's going to make an appearance.
Yes. And so the Panthers, we're ready to get underway, and also it looks like the American GI Forum? They're ready to raise the American flag here. So this is very exciting. The home opener for 2025 for the Fort Stockton Panthers, and I think this crowd's going to give this team a lot of energy tonight, Darren.
It is. It's always good to be at home, and second week, new coach. I think he's doing a great job, and we're going to win tonight.
All right, we'll be back. We've got Panther football coming up, and we are on KFST AM 860, KFST 94.3 FM, KFSTradio.com, and on our YouTube page with video. Be sure and tune in right here to KFST. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey Panther fans, this is Rudy Franco with Amistad Motors, inviting you to come out and take a look at our pre-owned inventory. We have a good selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have several certified pre-owned units that come with an extended warranty. So if you are in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, drive on over to 2110 West Dickinson or give us a call at 336-9000. Amistad Motors, friends serving friends. Go Blue!
The trusted name in Fort Stockton and the surrounding area for construction projects of all kinds is Jones Leasing Incorporated, owned and operated by Ross Jones since 1994 for construction jobs, including remodeling projects and roofing, including hail damage, maintenance and repair, painting, and much more. It's Jones Leasing, a fully insured local company with offices at the Hodges Building in Fort Stockton across from City Hall. Call Ross Jones today for a free estimate at 432-290-7171. All right, Darren, we are back with Panther football. The Panther band is in some portable bleachers on the north end zone. You can hear them fairly well here tonight. Looks like the Alpine band has put on their raincoats. We got some umbrellas popping up, so we do have some sprinkles, some showers here tonight.
Well, just a few. I haven't felt anything. Of course, I am inside.
Well, yes, but most of the Panther fans are without any cover at all right now, so
that's because Panthers are tougher than Bucks.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. And the concession stand and restrooms in the north end, they're not ready yet. Also, the elevator here at the press box is not ready yet. So there's a few, finishing touches that have to be done. I know they've got to probably pressure wash this track because it's still dirty from all the construction. But we have got the coin toss about to take place. And we're going to have Alan Leyva as one of our captains, also Diego Ramos, Jerry Diaz, and also Israel Tercero. Those are the captains for the Panthers tonight. And they're meeting in the center of the field right now for the coin toss of this ball game.
Yeah, last night, you see that guy for the Eagles spit on Dak Prescott and got kicked out of the game.
You know, that's typical Eagles stuff, I think.
Yeah, I don't like the Eagles.
They're a rude bunch.
They are.
And they always have been.
Yes.
What was it a long time ago? That some guys got kicked out for doing things even worse than that, I think, for the Eagles. Coin toss, let's see. Who won the toss?
Looked like they're talking to us.
Yeah. Well,
maybe.
I think Alpine won the toss.
You may be correct.
And I think that, let's see, Fort Stockton's going to receive the ball. No, we're going
We won the toss.
Oh, we won the toss. All right. And we're deferring, and Alpine is going to receive, and we'll be defending the south end zone. So we'll take a break. We'll be back with more Panther football in a moment.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenido's Mexican food restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco plate. Wednesday it's Bienvenido's nachos. Thursday it's the hamburger basket. And Friday it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenido's open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson.
This is Dakota Livesay for the Pecos County State Bank. As with anything valuable, trust is earned. The Pecos County State Bank has been earning trust in West Texas for over 85 years. Trust is a cornerstone of our business. You trust us with your money, your personal business, and your life. We live up to that trust every day. At the Pecos County State Bank, you will find reliability, honesty, and safety. You will find trust. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
All right, let's listen in on the national anthem. Good job by the Pride of Pantherland Band. Directed, I believe, still by Dr. Ken McSpirit. Sounds like a pretty good name for a band director or a football coach, McSpirit.
An Irishman, maybe. Perhaps.
Did you bring your lucky hat tonight?
I didn't bring my lucky hat. I need to. I'm going to save it up for a tougher game. We're going to win this game.
All right, well, we are hoping we're hoping so. We hope we turn around everything tonight. You know, Jerry Diaz got injured last week early in the game, but he did come back, but he had a thigh bruise. And then also we had Bubba Patino, or Michael John Patino, who may have pulled an ACL, but I'm not sure, or tore an ACL. But I don't know if they've got the results of that back yet. But we hope he's okay.
We hope Bubba is back.
Good athlete.
Yeah, basketball, catcher in baseball. Mm-hmm. Coach G always works with him.
All right, the Fort Stockton Panthers with our new Jumbotron in the south end zone. We've got video of the game on that video board up there. We'll see if our guys can figure out how to keep score on the new scoreboard, Darren.
Well,
Diego Ramos is going to kick off for the Panthers from the south end zone, and the ball is in the air. It'll be a rather short kick to about the 14-yard line, and Alpine with a good return out to the 38-yard line. That's a really nice return by Alpine's Thaddeus Prieto, who also plays wide receiver and cornerback. Returned the ball very well up to the 38-yard line. So that's a 24-yard kickoff return there for Prieto.
I think maybe his great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was the Apostle Thaddeus.
Really?
Possibly.
That's possibly a lot of greats. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Alpine Bucks They've got 3 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. The quarterback in the shotgun puts a receiver in motion. He will fake the handoff, and the Panthers jump up to block the pass, and the Alpine quarterback will simply run it out of bounds for a gain on the play, and it's up to the 41-yard line. That'll be a 3-yard pickup by the Alpine quarterback on the keeper, and that's Day Hardwick on the run, and 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, we had good pressure up the middle, but no contain that time.
2 receivers on each side for the Bucks. 2nd and 7, and here's the handoff, and the running back is swarmed over by 2 or 3 Fort Stockton defenders. I know that in there for the tackle was Angel Mendoza, and we had a couple of other guys in there as well, but that's a big loss, and that will be probably a 5-yard loss right there. Yeah, it's going to bring up 3rd and 12, so a 5-yard loss there for Alpine. Quarterback in the shotgun once again. Running back is David Baca, I believe. It's 3rd and 12. Fort Stockton got a good jump on the ball. Good penetration. Lots of pressure on the quarterback, and he has no place to go except to throw it in front of his intended receiver.
That should be a sack because that ball did not get to the line of scrimmage, and there was no one over there.
That's true, but yeah, number 21 was in the area, Thaddeus Prieto.
Area code?
Well, it was thrown about 8 yards in front of him, but still he was over there. It's 4th down and 13, 4th and 12 actually for Alpine, and it's punting situation. And Fort Stockton will be back to receive at about the 32-yard line in Fort Stockton territory. It's a rather high snap, and we came close to blocking that one, and that one is going to be left alone by our return man. Wise decision. It is downed by Alpine's Zane DeLeon at the 41-yard line. This is very good starting field position for the Panthers here after that punt. And I would say the punt was, about 30 yards or so?
You know, it was really a
24-yard punt.
You know, considering where Alpine started their drive, us getting it outside at the 41, that's great field position.
1st down and 10 for the Panthers. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. And we've got Jerry Diaz, the quarterback. And is it Nick Almendares at running back? I believe it is. And here's the pass complete in the left flat. Really nice play. Complete to number 10 there, Angel Lujan. And Angel with a very good play right there. A gain of 15 yards and a 1st down. That 1st down brought to you by Cactus Health. And it's an outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube. Oh, we've got a penalty that's going to back us up to the 44-yard line in Alpine territory. It will still be a 1st down, however.
Was there a penalty, or they just marked him out of bounds back
Maybe
there?
they did. Maybe they did. 1st and 10, ball at the 44. Here's the handoff, goes to Nick Almendares for the Panthers, and Nick will have 3 yards down to the 41-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. Looks like the down holder over there is a little bit confused on how to operate that down marker, but it is 2nd and 7, ball at the 41 of Alpine.
We're having a little trouble finding someone to run the change, I believe.
2 receivers on each side. Here's Jerry, and that's a wide open receiver, and it's caught for the touchdown to number 23, Nicky Sotelo. Nicky Sotelo with a 41-yard touchdown catch from Jerry Diaz. And the Panthers score, and that touchdown brought to you by M&J Trucking Company.
Well, that was an outstanding play. Good job. Nicky was wide open, must have been a blown coverage, and Jerry did a nice job. He just lofted it out there, let Nicky run under it and score. So really a nice job by the Panther offense.
Diego Ramos will be the kicker. Nick Almendares is the holder for the Panthers. And we're trying to score the PAT here with Diego Ramos, who was an excellent kicker for us last year. Panthers leading 6-0 now. That's your BBT score. And here's the good snap, and the kick is good. The Panthers lead 7-0, and that's your BBT score. We'll be back with more Panther football in just a moment.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600. And here's the kick by Diego Ramos, and it is fielded by Alpine at the 5-yard line, and that was Tay Hardwick. There is a flag that comes in around the 21-yard line on this return. And it's a hold against the Alpine Bucks on the return, so, Darren, that's going to back him up even deeper.
It was a much deeper kickoff that time by Diego, and pretty good coverage by our kickoff team.
All right, so that will back Alpine up. They're going to mark it off from the 25-yard line, I believe. It'll be a 10-yard holding call. It'll back it up to the 15. And it will be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. That might be the first penalty of our ball game. Is that right?
It is. First penalty in renovated Panther Stadium. That's got to be sponsored by somebody.
1st down and 10, ball at the 15, and Alpine in the shotgun. The running back is Baca, number 0, and 2 receivers on each side for the Bucks. And here's the snap, and that is a sack by the Panthers.
64.
All right, 64 for the Panthers, got the sack, and that'll be Daniel Pettis. And that's a loss of 5 yards. So it'll bring up 2nd and 15 after the sack by Daniel Pettis. Great job there by the Panther defense. Now it's Alpine even deeper. They, of course, got a holding call, backed it up to the 15, and now the penalty backs it up to the 10. 2 receivers on each side, single running back. Fake handoff. Here's the pass in the flat, and that was a dangerous pass, but it's incomplete to Tay Hardwick from Day Hardwick. There's Day and Tay.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they're related.
Well, they're both seniors. Maybe they're twins, you think? I don't know.
I think that. Or one of them's not very smart. Or one of them's very smart. Either one.
They're probably both very smart.
Yes.
3rd and 15.
I bet they're twins.
All right, and here's the
fumble.
Fake handoff. There's a fumble on the
Recovered.
play. And let's see if the Panthers have it.
We've got it.
Let's see if the Panthers have recovered. They have. They signal Panther ball.
I think
down
63 recovered that.
Down around the 8-yard line, so that's a loss of 2 on the play, and we'll recover the fumble deep in Alpine territory at the 8-yard line. This is a big break for Fort Stockton right here. That was just not a clean handoff between the quarterback and the running back.
I think he was going to try to pull that a zone read and pull it out, and instead the ball fell. I believe number 63 recovered that fumble. Great job by the Panther defense.
So the Panthers now have the ball deep in Alpine territory with a golden opportunity to score inside the 10. It's already 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun with Almendares. He'll take the handoff. Almendares runs around the left side. He's got the touchdown. Nick Almendares with showing some pretty good speed around that left side. Darren scores on an 8-yard run, and that is going to be an MJ Trucking touchdown.
And a pretty outstanding play back-to-back, really, by the defense and the offense. I like that. Capitalize on a turnover.
M&J Fast Lube, outstanding play as well. All right, now we're going to have Almendares the holder. Diego Ramos is the kicker for the Panthers. 13-0 Fort Stockton leading. That's your BBT score. And now here's the kick by Ramos. And this one is up, and it looks good, and it is. It's 14-0 Fort Stockton. That's your BBT score. We'll be back with more Panther football after this. The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson. The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Iran. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, "Go, Panthers and Prowlers." The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. All right, Diego Ramos kicks it even deeper this time, and number 21, Thaddeus Prieto, returning it for Alpine out to the 11 or 12 yard line, and he is just really takes a big hit by the Panthers, and on that hit was Fabian Ramirez for Fort Stockton. Great job there of knocking down the return man.
Really, that was about 2 yards deep in the end zone. The Alpine returner decided to bring it out, and I tell you, great coverage again on our kickoff team.
So Fort Stockton setting it up, Alpine setting it up at the 13-yard line. And it is 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Shotgun for Hardwick, the quarterback. And he will take it and run it around the right side. He's knocked out of bounds, short yardage, and one of the referees got upended by David Baca, the running back. And that was a pretty good tackle by Baca.
Well, usually zebras and bucks get along, but they didn't look like it on that play.
Well, that's a 1-yard pickup by the quarterback around the right side, so it is 2nd and 9 for Alpine. And that looked like there was a motion call. There's an interception by the Panthers, and all the way down to the 10-yard line goes number 2, Jordan Olvera. Jordan Olvera got the interception at around the 20-yard line, returned it down to the 10, and it will be another 1st and goal for the Panthers after back-to-back turnovers by Alpine on their offensive possessions.
Yeah, he was really trying to get to the end zone, but great play. Anticipate. Quarterback threw it a little bit late over the middle, and we picked it off and took it inside the, what are we at, the 10, at the 10.
Yeah, Jordan Olvera, the interception for the Panthers. Great job there, and the Panthers have our 2nd turnover, a fumble recovery, and now an interception early in this game in the first quarter, still with 8:23 left. Here's Jerry Diaz handing it off to Nick Almendares, who goes up the middle with it, and Nick has got 5 yards down to the 5-yard line, and it will be 2nd and 5 for the Panthers.
There's been a lot going on. We've only played 4 minutes, and we're looking like maybe 21-0.
And, of course, those turnovers really do help things, don't they?
I like them.
So, well, if they belong to you, yeah.
They're mine.
2nd down and goal from the 5. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. Here's another handoff to Nick Almendares right up the middle. Nick will have 2 yards this time and will set up a 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line.
Well, a big 3rd down here by the Panthers. We're already in field goal range, so we don't need to take a sack.
That is true. All right, here's Jerry Diaz in the shotgun with Almendares to his left. And here's a slant pattern. The pass by Jerry Diaz thrown a bit behind the intended receiver on the slant pattern. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up a 4th and goal from the 3-yard line.
I'm going to call, I think Jerry's going to take this on the quarterback keeper right up the middle. I have a feeling.
Well, let's see what happens here. Jerry Diaz, the quarterback, Nick Almendares, our running back, with 2 receivers on each side. It's 4th down and goal from the 3. And it's a high snap. That's a fake handoff, and Jerry Diaz is in for the touchdown. Quarterback keeper, a 3-yard run on 4th down for another Panther touchdown. And that is an M&J Trucking touchdown, and the new BBT score is 20-0 Panthers, first quarter with 7:13 to go.
That's a great start by the Panthers. Really shook off last week and came out on fire tonight.
Diego Ramos, the kicker, once again trying to make it 3 for 3 in this game. Almendares, the holder. And here's a good snap. Here's Diego's kick, and it is good once again. 21-0, our new score, brought to you by BBT, and that's an M&J Trucking scoring play once again with the PAT. We'll be back.
Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field for portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers. Contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools.
United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos. Serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties, you'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land. Serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management. Located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111. All right, a great kickoff. It was a couple of yards deep in the end zone that time by Diego Ramos. And he's already gotten a lot of kicks tonight. 3 extra points, three kickoffs.
Yeah, they're already icing down his knee. And has been very busy. The good news, we've never lost a game in renovated Panther Stadium. Never.
21-0 the Panthers. That's your BBT score. And we're still in the first quarter with 7:13 to go. And that looked like a false start by the Alpine Bucks.
Our defensive line is really dominating this game, and our defensive line played well last week, I thought, against Lakeview. So it's been a strong point of our team.
All right,
line play.
They back the ball up to the 20-yard line after the false start, and it's 1st and 15 now for Alpine. Hardwick, the quarterback, in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, slant pattern, and a pretty good coverage there by Fort Stockton's Anthony Cortez.
I tell you, if he'd have got that in and been able to continue on across, he had a lot of yardage because we didn't have anyone deep.
All right, it's 1st down, 2nd down and 15 now for the Panthers, for Alpine. 2nd and 15 after the incomplete pass. They do make a substitution, and they bring in number 12, Dane Jeffress. 2nd down, 15 now for the Bucks. Day Hardwick, the quarterback, he puts a receiver in motion. Looked like he turned upfield too early, and he hands it off at the last moment, and they will get about 4 yards maybe out of this, 3 or 4. But, honestly, Darren, that receiver in motion coming from right to left looked like he turned upfield before the ball was snapped.
Yeah, actually the quarterback kept that the whole time.
Okay. So that's a 4-yard pickup, and it will be 3rd and 11 for Alpine. They've got big yardage to make here on 3rd down.
They don't have a first down yet in this game.
All right, the Bucks now at the 24-yard line. They've got to get to the 35 for a first down. They put another man in motion, fake handoff, and the pass is complete, but immediately on the tackle was Jerry Diaz.
Number 8.
No, it's not Jerry. It's Alan Leyva. Allen with the tackle. That's a loss of a yard, perhaps, and it's 4th down and 9. That's a completed pass for a loss of 1.
We're liable to block this punt.
Well, we've got substitutions coming in for the Panthers, including our return man, Nicky Sotelo, who will be standing at about our 40-yard line. 4th down and 9 for Alpine. They'll try to flip the field. Man, that was close to being blocked. And here is Sotelo running up on it, but that ball will get by him. He won't touch it, and it'll be downed at the 38-yard line.
Be our worst starting field position of the night.
About a 35-yard punt there. And we've got 5:38 still left in the first quarter, 21-0 Fort Stockton leading. That's your BBT score.
Well, Nicky ran up. He was trying to field that, but the punt was just a little short, but it did take a great roll.
Ball was down that time by number 4 for the Alpine Bucks, Zane De Leon. First and 10 for the Panthers at the...
And we'll try to check a few scores as we continue the evening.
We have a fan in New York City. Someone named Tanya Gottlich is listening in and watching the game from New York City.
Very good. That would be your sister.
Yes, my twin sister.
First down and 10. Here's the handoff. Really nice run right there by Fort Stockton. That's Jaden Sotelo with a first down run. That's a 10-yard pickup for Jaden Sotelo.
And I'm not sure. I don't think he played last week. I think Jaden might have been one of the one player that was out. And that was a great run right there, right up the middle.
Canyon West Plains beat Clint Horizon last night, 58-0. Amarillo Paladuro beat Caprock 48-0 last night. Anthony beat Cobre, New Mexico 48-16. Permian defeated Eastlake 27-12. Monterey defeated Abilene Wiley 24-21. Surprise. Here is a handoff to Sotelo again. And he's up to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 7 for Sotelo.
You know, can I give my opinion?
Yes.
You know, I want to see Jerry. I don't want to see Jerry take any hits tonight. So if we can limit his run, let him hand off and pass it quite a bit, I'll be a happy camper.
Well, it's second down and 3. You know, Jerry, though, had a really nice run on fourth down for the touchdown a little bit ago.
He can run it every once in a while.
But he really wasn't touched.
No.
Second and 3. Here's Jerry in the shotgun, high snap. Completed pass in the right flat, first down and more. And there's a flag coming in from behind the play.
Our wide receiver was holding.
Cedric Lopez had the completion, and we're going to have to bring this one back because of a holding call.
Yeah, the guy did a great block, and then when the defensive back tried to turn, he didn't let him go, and so it's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot.
Well, Cedric Lopez, again, a nice job of catching the ball. They're going to spot it at the 49-yard line in Panther territory. We'll repeat the down, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 after they mark off the holding call from the spot of the foul.
Not a bad play, a good pass, but got to let them go.
3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. And there's a stoppage of play by the official. We got a timeout by Alpine. So we'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hey, Fort Stockton. Hungry for a deal that satisfies every craving? K-Bob Steakhouse has you covered with a 2 for $20 meal deal. That's right, choose a starter like crispy potato skins, cheesy quesadilla or zesty fried pickles, and pair it with an entree. The juicy 6-ounce sirloin, crispy catfish platter, or maybe the hearty chicken fried steak. The choice is yours. Your entree also comes with your choice of sides, baked potato fries, or green beans, all for $20. So grab your friends, family, or come solo and treat yourself at K-Bob Steakhouse in Fort Stockton. Come by today.
Second down and 9. Here's Diaz back to throw. Down the middle, wide open at the 30-yard line. Caught, and then the receiver is knocked down about the 15. And that's Angel Lujan. Big play for the Panthers. And that is going to be 35 yards to Angel Lujan.
Yeah, 2nd and 9. Great play. Angel opened down the middle, outran his defender, and really a big play. Keep this drive alive.
And Fort Stockton now with a first down at the Alpine 15-yard line. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's the handoff. It goes to Nick Sotelo. Nick Almendares. Nick is down to the 10-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 for Nick Almendares.
Nice job.
All of our running backs are doing very well tonight.
Yes.
We've really not seen Jeremiah Gonzalez too much yet tonight. It is now 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 10-yard line. Panthers have Almendares still in the backfield and Jerry Diaz, the quarterback, in the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side. Almendares switches to the left side of Diaz. Delayed snap. Got plenty of time. Here's Diaz taking a good snap. And that's a completed pass down the right side, and that is a 1st down and goal for the Panthers down to the 2-yard line. And that will be about a 8-yard gain on the pass play, completed to Landon Rivas.
Nice job by Landon, and I think that's just our 3rd first down of the game. We got 5 first downs.
So Landon Rivas catches that pass. Nice job. He set up pretty nicely there.
He did a nice job of getting open in the zone and really good first down.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line for the Panthers. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun with Almendares beside him. And here's Almendares with the big hole and scores on a 2-yard run for the touchdown. Nick Almendares has a touchdown for the Panthers. That's an M&J Trucking Company score for the Panthers. 27-0, and that's your BBT score in this game. Fort Stockton leading Alpine still the first quarter with 2.5 minutes to go.
Well, other than the one penalty, I tell you, we've played a perfect game.
Diego Ramos is set to kick another extra point here for Fort Stockton with Nick Almendares the holder. Ramos trying to make it 4 for 4 in this first quarter. And the kick is up, and it's good. 28-0. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in a moment.
If you or your spouse have been thinking about pre-planning your funerals, Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend has some very important news. Now is the best time to plan for your eternity and take the financial burden off your loved ones. If you already have a plan, let them review it with you. At Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend, they'll work with you so that your final requests are personalized just for you. Call or come by today at 301 North Main or message them on Facebook. Need a quick, efficient oil change? M&J Fast Lube at 116 West Dickinson is here to serve you. Martine and Julia Ibarra invite you to stop by. They have great service, and they offer auto oil and lube services with the top major oil brands and vehicle washing and cleaning. Or you can get your vehicle completely detailed. It'll look like you just bought it. That's M&J Fast Lube, 116 West Dickinson, supporting Panther and Prowler Sports. Go Blue.
All right, we're back. Here's Diego Ramos with the kick, and this is once again a deep kick, and that goes halfway into the end zone, about 10 yards deep or 5 yards deep at least. So really nice kick there by Diego. He's done a great job tonight.
Really has. We got Sanderson over Leakey, 12-0. Lubbock Liberty over Idalou, 14-0. Oh, 14-6 now. We play the Lubbock Liberty in a couple of weeks.
Fort Stockton leading here 28-0 over the Alpine Bucks. That's your BBT scoreboard.
Well, Lakeview is leading Snyder 7-0 in the first quarter. Lakeview's pretty good.
1st down and 10 for the Alpine Bucks now. 2 receivers on each side. Shotgun formation for Hardwick, the quarterback. He takes a snap, and it's a deep pass. And, I tell you, if our defender had turned around just a tad earlier, I think he could have intercepted that. That was Jaden Sotelo on the coverage, but still a good job. He was covering that receiver very well for Alpine. So it's 2nd and 10 for the Bucks after the incomplete pass.
Really did a nice job. You're right. Had he turned around just a little bit earlier, the ball was underthrown. I believe he could have picked that off.
2nd down and 10 now for Alpine at their own 25-yard line. 2 receivers on each side. Shotgun formation. And a lot of pressure. That's a screen pass. Really well played by Fort Stockton right there. Number 8 got the tackle, Alan Leyva, playing that screen pass really well, and no gain on the play. Even after the completed screen. So it is now what? 3rd and 10. Yeah,
3rd and 10. Yeah, 3rd and long. Nice job. I tell you, we're really winning the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and it makes it much easier to play football.
3rd down and 10 now for the Lakeview Chiefs with, again, a 3rd and long. They have yet to make a first down in this game. Here's Alpine back to throw. Lots of pressure. Quarterback did a good job of evading that pressure. And here's a receiver all alone, and a blown coverage there by the Panthers. Jordan Olvera. Well, no, excuse me. It was Tay Hardwick. I guess maybe brother to brother there on that pass completion. He's all the way down to the 37-yard line of the Panthers. That's the first down of the ball game for Alpine.
Yeah, I think we lost to contain. Maybe got looking back in the backfield.
And here's a pass that is short-hopped to number 6, Alec Ramos. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. 1:39 still left in the first quarter. The Panthers are leading Alpine 28-0 already. That's your BBT score.
Well, that was a big play. Alpine's got one play of any yardage at all. I tell you, they've had maybe 2 or 3 here and there, but we need to shut them down right here.
2nd down and 10 at the Panther 37. First time they've been in Panther territory tonight. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Here's a quarterback under pressure once again. A quarterback does a good job of getting out of there and getting it back up to the line of scrimmage, but that's about all he's going to have.
Diego got off of a block and made that play. I tell you, it looked like he had room to run, but Diego was able to get off the block and really knock the quarterback down for a loss of a yard. That's a sack.
That is a sack, and it's a 1-yard loss, 3rd down and 11 with 1 minute and 7 seconds left. We're at our newly renovated Panther Stadium tonight. Fort Stockton leading Alpine 28-0. Here's Alpine in the shotgun. A diamond formation of receivers on the right. Quarterback, I tell you, the Panther defense has put all kinds of pressure on Day Hardwick tonight, and they force an incomplete pass, and it's 4th down and 11. I'm sure Alpine's going to go for this.
Well, he had to throw it away. He threw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
But, you know, and plus our rush was very disciplined. We have guys, we're not all in the same spot. We had him really pinned down.
But really lots of pressure on Hardwick tonight by this Panther defense. 4th down and 11 to go. Ball back at the 38-yard line in Fort Stockton territory. And here's the Alpine quarterback under some pressure, but he escapes that. He's going to have the 1st down. And the Panthers lost containment on the quarterback that time. And he's going to have an 18-yard pickup, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Alpine down to the 20-yard line of the Panthers. They get to the red zone, Darren.
Well, it is, and that's one of the few times we've seen him roll to the right. And he came to the right, and there wasn't anybody there.
Diamond formation receivers here on the right side, 1 on the left. Quarterback in the shotgun. He hands it off to Baca, and Baca will be stopped right in his tracks for a loss of 2 yards back to the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12.
That's number 15 on the tackle.
And that would be Angel Mendoza for the Panthers.
Yeah, I tell you, that's it. I guess that'll be the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with Fort Stockton leading 28-0. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in a moment.
M&J Trucking Services supports our Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams and wants you to know that there's a locally owned and operated oilfield trucking company that can handle your vacuum truck and water hauling in the surrounding area. It's M&J Trucking in Fort Stockton, offering 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week vacuum truck and water hauling service. Contact M&J Trucking today at 290-4510. M&J Trucking, owned and operated by Martin Ibarra, proudly supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. Julie's Easy Press Cleaners is ready to serve you with all your laundry cleaning needs. From drop-off to pickup, you'll enjoy not having to do the washing, drying, or pressing. It's done for you. Whether it's a party, office meeting, or lunch with friends, show up dressed for success, because at Julie's Easy Press, they know that when you look good, you feel good. Julie's Easy Press, 1101 Front Street. Call 336-6601. At Weiss Tire Pros, they've been servicing vehicles reliably for generations. They're family-owned and operated for over 35 years, and they're here to make certain your cars and trucks keep their promise to you. They're more than just tires, offering full automotive services, so they keep you focused on the road ahead. They carry all major tire brands. For whatever you drive, Weiss Tire Pros has a tire to fit your needs. With Weiss Tire Pros, they're here to help keep you safe on the road. Visit the store today in Fort Stockton. Weiss Tire Pros. Love the drive.
All right, we're back with more Panther football. In the first quarter, Fort Stockton had 5 first downs, Alpine with 2. We had 8 rushes for 42 yards, Alpine 9 rushes for only 11 yards. We were 6 out of 7 passing with 1 touchdown and 116 yards in that first quarter. And here's Alpine with the scramble by the quarterback. He was looking to pass, but he kept it, and he'll lose more yardage. It'll be 3rd down coming up. Also, Alpine 3 out of 10 in the first quarter for 37 yards. So a total of 48 yards for Alpine in the first quarter. Fort Stockton with 158.
158.
Good job by the Panthers as we lead the scoreboard 28-0. 11:30 left to go in the second quarter now, and it's 3rd and 13 for the Alpine Bucks. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Quarterback throws it long. Got an open receiver, caught for the touchdown. That is number 2 for Alpine. That is Tay Hardwick from, I would assume, his brother Day Hardwick. And that is a really nice pass play of about 23 yards for the touchdown.
Well, that was 3rd and long. They did pick up a long 4th down on that drive, and then that was really a pretty pass. He just threw it to the corner, and I believe it's his brother ran under it and hauled it in. Nice coverage, actually, by the Fort Stockton Panthers.
It was not bad at all. Very, very difficult to defend that kind of a beautiful pass over the head of the defender and right into the receiver's hands. All right, here's the kick. It is no good. It's off to the right. So it remains 28-6. That's your BBT scoreboard. Panthers leading early second quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change. Designer Carpets and Interiors has become known in Fort Stockton as the remodeling experts. They will be glad to put together a pre-estimate on just about any remodeling project, always keeping in mind your budget. They also can help with ideas and designs for your project to upgrade your home and add to its value. They also have all types of the latest and most modern flooring, including carpet, tile, hardwood, laminates, custom cabinetry, countertops, and much more. Call Designer Carpets and Interiors today at 336-6591.
We're back with the kickoff for the Alpine Bucks. So for the first time tonight, Alpine scores. That was early here in the second quarter. That was about a 23-yard pass play, I believe, for the touchdown, and it was from Day Hardwick to Tay Hardwick.
I'd watch for maybe a squib kick or maybe pooch kick.
11:14 left to go second quarter. The Fort Stockton Panthers leading Alpine 28-6. That's your BBT score. Alpine will have Thaddeus Prieto kicking off, and it's kind of a pooch kick taken at the 26-yard line by Fort Stockton. I believe that's Diego Ramos, and Diego almost got away. There's a flag coming in late. Looked like after the tackle was made. We'll see.
I think they may have pulled him down by the face mask.
Maybe. But Diego with about a 15-yard return up to the 40-yard line. And it is a face mask against the Alpine Bucks. So that will put us in Alpine territory at the 45 after a 15-yard penalty is marked off from the 40.
Well, they shouldn't have scored. It just made us mad.
You think?
I think so.
All right, it's a 15-yarder marked off against Alpine for a face mask.
It made me mad.
And we're at the Alpine 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Panthers leading 28-6. With 11:06 left in the second quarter. Alpine now with maybe some renewed energy after scoring a touchdown. Here's the quarterback to throw, and it is dropped. It was right in the belly of Alonzo Urias, but it's dropped right about the 40-yard line. Would have been about a 5-yard gain.
Not a bad play. Yeah, I know a lot of the folks in Alpine will be disappointed. We can't run our light show after the big plays, and so that's one reason we don't have all those things going on after scores.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. Here's Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. He will hand it off. That is Nick Almendares, and Nick will have 6 yards up to the 39-yard line of Alpine. It'll be a 3rd and 4 coming up for the Panthers.
Really a nice job, you know.
Nick does a good job of running the ball. Talked to him the other day at our hamburger supper. It's 3rd down and 4. Ball at the 39-yard line of Alpine. 10:30 to go in the 2nd period. Fort Stockton leading this game 28-6. Jerry in the shotgun. And here's a completed pass in the left flat and breaking a tackle all the way down to the 13-yard line goes
23, Nicky Sotelo.
Yeah, Nicky Sotelo. Great job by Nicky. And we know his family pretty well.
Yeah, Roger said Nicky was maybe the best athlete of the boys, and really a nice job there breaking. He's just a sophomore.
Really nice job by Nicky to gain a lot of yards breaking a tackle. Now it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Alpine 13-yard line. 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left. And we're going to have a timeout. We'll be back with more Panther football. Panthers leading 28-6 right after this.
Permian Basin Abstract Company is located at 600 West Dickinson and is available to handle all your real estate closings. They have a full-service title company and are experts at handling all the tricky parts of title work. Great customer service is their #1 goal with local manager Penny McKnight. Permian Basin Abstract has locations in Andrews, Seminole, Pecos, and the local office in Fort Stockton to serve all area West Texas counties and have all records available. Call 432-336-3301 or go by Permian Basin Abstract, corner of Monahans Highway and Dickinson Boulevard. Have you tried the delicious Jalisco-style Mexican food at the Guadalajara Mexican Grill recently? Their food and service is fast and top-notch. Plus, they're now offering some additions to their huge menu, including the carnitas plate and the fantastic molcajete with beef, chicken, and shrimp. They also now have delicious chicken wings spiced with mango, habanero, buffalo, or barbecue. Top it off with your favorite adult beverages and drinks and desserts. They also have daily specials, and you can dine in or call in orders at 336-6600. The Guadalajara Mexican Grill, 200 East 19th on the Imperial Highway.
All right, we're back. Here's another completed pass.
They're here when you need them. On Mondays, Thursdays, and
we'll get to that in a moment. But there's a completed pass to Nicky Sotelo once again. He is pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line, so it's an 8-yard pickup, and it will bring up 2nd and 2 for the Panthers.
Really a nice job again. He was able to break a tackle and pick up an extra 2 or 3 yards. So
these Panthers are catching the ball, Darren.
They are catching everything.
Well, we had one drop a few moments ago, but for the most part, they've really caught the ball well tonight. 2nd and 2. Here's Diaz in the shotgun, and he will hand it off. And that was to Nick Almendares. That time they read it very well. Maybe Jerry should have kept that one, but nevertheless, it's going to be a loss on the play for Almendares on this play. One of the very few negative plays we've had tonight. That's a loss of about 4, and it will bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, they were reading, and I think they know the quarterback probably doesn't want to run, so they just they ignored the zone read and just took the running back.
All right, 3rd and 6. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, slot man on the left side. The handoff goes to Almendares, and he's got about 3 or 4 yards there down to the 6-yard line. That's where they're going to mark him. It's going to be 4th and about 2. It's 4th and 3, they're going to say.
Yeah, I don't think he got a great spot. I thought he was pretty close to the 5.
No, he didn't get a good spot, but it's 4th down and 3. Panthers will go for it, apparently. We've got 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, and a new running back in there, I believe. No, it's a keeper this time for Jerry Diaz. They grabbed his face mask. That'll be an automatic 1st down for the Panthers. But he had the 1st down, almost by himself.
He had the 1st down anyway. I think he got to about the 3, and we're going to mark it half the distance to the goal.
Personal foul face mask against the Alpine Bucks. That'll be half the distance to the goal. So we'll be at about the, 3.5? something like that, and it'll be a 1st and goal for the Panthers from that point.
Well, they ought to mark it. They got to mark it from the end of the run, so we ought to be inside the 2.
Okay, we'll be at the 2. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line for the Panthers, threatening to break over 30 points here with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. We'll see what happens. It's Jerry Diaz in the shotgun, and I believe we have Jaden Sotelo at running back. Here's Sotelo, and he will make a great cut back inside and score the touchdown. A 2-yard run by Jaden Sotelo, and the Panthers have another touchdown, making it 34-6 Panthers. That's an M&J Trucking Company touchdown and an M&J Fast Lube outstanding play.
Really a nice job by this coaching staff to get these guys. It was a tough defeat last week.
Yeah.
On the road, but
they've really come back tonight, haven't they?
They really played well, and Jerry's out doing a nice job. We suffered when he went down, but I tell you, we're playing well on both sides of the ball.
First down, well, it's going to be an extra point try for Diego Ramos. The holder again is Nick Almendares, and here is the kick. It is good again for Diego. 35-6 is your new BBT score. Panthers leading. We'll be back in a moment.
At Cactus Health Services, they're here when you need them. On Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, the friendly staff at Cactus Health is ready to serve you from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 5 p.m. On Tuesdays, they're open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 7. Would you like to get in earlier? The Cactus Health office is open on Wednesdays from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 4:30. Whether it's a routine checkup or something more, they're here for your health. Call Cactus Health at 336-8110.
Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066.
We're back with more Panther football. Diego Ramos will be kicking off once again. I tell you, Diego's been one of the busiest guys tonight with all the kicks. He's already had 5 PATs and 5 kickoffs. All right, here's the Alpine return man. He veers to the right side of the field and will return it all the way up to about the 26. And decent return there for Alpine, I believe number 12, Dane Jeffries. 7:45 left in the first half, Darren. It's 35-6 Panthers. That's your BBT score.
Well, I don't like to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction.
Okay.
It's just halfway through the second quarter, but I'm going to call this and say Fort Stockton wins this game.
You're going out on a limb.
I'm going to go out on a limb. It's, you shouldn't do that in the second quarter, but I'm going to say it right now. Fort Stockton with the win.
Okay, here's Alpine on offense now. Quarterback Hardwick in the shotgun. 3 receivers in a diamond formation on the left. And here's the quarterback throwing, and it's a low completion. Low thrown, but complete to number 33 there for Alpine, and that's Rhodey Babb. And I believe it's a loss of 1, even though it's a completed pass. Really good coverage again by that Panther defense. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wide receiver screen, but, the Panther defense was there, and it just wasn't any place to go.
2nd and 11, ball at the 24-yard line. And a shotgun formation for Hardwick. And a deep pass thrown. Oh, that's going to be a hold. Is it going to be a hold? Did they throw the flag?
Yes, they threw it.
They threw
on
it.
The 40.
Yeah, that's got to be a hold on the Panthers. Or pass interference, take your choice.
The Hardwicks have all the yardage for Alpine. I tell you, quarterbacks had a couple of good runs and really a couple of good passes, especially that long one, too.
It's ruled pass interference, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a automatic first down for Alpine. So, they could have gotten them for holding, but they did call the pass interference.
Yeah, this or that.
But, well, defensive holding's 10 yards and an automatic first down, but this one is 15 yards. And they're up to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bucks. That may be the first penalty on Fort Stockton tonight. No?
No, we've had a couple.
All right.
We had on the last drive, we had a holding.
Our chain gang was not set, but now they are. 1st and 10. All right, here's Fort Stockton with a big pressure on the quarterback. He runs out of bounds with a big loss on the play.
I'm not sure why he didn't just throw it down the field.
I'm not sure either. But
we have a reporter on the field. We can go ask him, what were you thinking?
He's going to lose 7 yards.
Yeah,
so it'll be 2nd down and 17.
Yeah, that's a mistake. You've got to just flip it out down the field once you're that wide.
2nd and 17, ball back to the 32-yard line for Alpine.
Now, if I was on defense, I would put someone over the top on number 2, and because they're going to try to throw a deep fade or something to number 2, and we need to stay behind him.
All right, here's 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right for Alpine. Fort Stockton really disguising their defense well. And here is Hardwick. He is going to get by a lot of Panthers and come close to first down yardage. I don't think he quite got there. Maybe he did, but that is a big gain. That's 16 yards, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 1 for Alpine after a 16-yard gain by Hardwick.
Well, that's a mistake. Again, you can't let the guy get to the outside. Turn him back into the middle into traffic. He's got good speed and is elusive, but he's not a big quarterback.
The ball at the 48-yard line. They got to get to the 49 for a first down. And I'm sure with this score like it is, it's probably 4-down territory. 3rd down and 1, and we've got a timeout signaled by the Panthers, I believe. We'll be back with more Panther football in just a moment.
Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular clamato, squirt, topo chico, and jerky preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton. 3rd down and a yard, big play for the Panther defense. Here's Alpine, and the quarterback got by our tackler, but there's a flag in the backfield. This could be a hold. This is normally where you see offensive holding. The flag came out from the head referee.
Well, we missed him. We had him for about a 2 or 3 yard loss, and he pulled away from our tackler and made some pretty decent yardage.
All right, here's the call by the official. It's a false start against Alpine. Okay, wow. So it'll be 3rd and 16 now, or 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6.
You know, I remember your math teacher said you did that a lot. It's kind of.
Well, they've almost given them an extra yard of penalty. No, that is correct.
We're just going to join them in the huddle. We were going all the way back there.
It wasn't that far, guys. Anyway, now it's 3rd and 6. This is big, and so this could force an Alpine. Well, they get to replay the down. So it's 3rd and 6.
It is, and again, stay on top of number 2 and don't let the quarterback get to the outside.
Those are pretty good keys, I would say.
That's what I want us to do. I don't think they're going to try anything up the middle. It's too risky.
There's a timeout on the field. We'll take it. We'll be back in just a moment.
If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTG Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTG Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come save with us at CTG Express in Fort Stockton.
All right, we come back, and there's a beautiful defensive play, a pass on the right side by Hardwick, and it was Nicky Sotelo who batted it down right in front of the intended receiver. Incomplete pass, a great defensive play with Nicky getting his hand out there and batting that one down.
Really played it just right when the receiver made his break. Nicky cut inside and was able to get a hand on that and knock it away.
And now on 4th down and 6, Alpine will punt, it looks like, and Nicky Sotelo will be back to return. That's a punt that is handled. It was a high punt. It's fumbled, and I believe the punter was down before the fumble anyway, but nevertheless, the Panthers are going to have great field position after Alpine can't get the punt away because of a lobbing snap. It just took forever to get to the punter.
Well, I talked with our trainer, and this is one of the keys to the game. On important plays, we give them a football filled with helium, and it just sails. And, and the punter was expecting that thing to stay down, and it was floating back like a balloon.
Uh-huh.
And, it worked. I like that. Our trainers are on top of stuff.
Okay. 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. Ball at the Alpine 36-yard line. 5:25 left in the first quarter. Fort Stockton leading 35-6, threatening again in Alpine territory. And here's a pass into the right flat, complete. Really nice looking play. And that's going to be,
he wasn't down.
I believe he wasn't down, and finally he's knocked out of bounds. What a run by Jaden Sotelo. And this will wind up being down to the 21-yard line, 15-yard gain, and a 1st down for the Panthers. What a run by Sotelo after the catch.
Yeah, they pulled him, but he fell on top of an Alpine defender and just landed on his feet and took off.
So 1st down and 10 for the Panthers at the Alpine 21-yard line now. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. And I believe we have, Jeremiah Gonzalez in at running back now. Maybe for the first time tonight. And he switches to the right side, 1st and 10 at the 21. Here's Jerry looking to complete the pass, and he does so. Down to, that's Landon Rivas catching the ball. And that's going to be a 7 or 8 yard gain for Rivas.
Our running back's number 30. Who is that?
Jeremiah Gonzalez.
Number 30, okay.
2nd down and a short, it's going to be a short 3. 2 receivers on each side. Jeremiah Gonzalez in at running back now. And here's the pass. It is too high. And it went through the receiver's hands, and Alpine had a chance at intercepting it, but it could not do it.
Really wasn't a bad pass. Little hot, little high.
Might have been, I believe it is maybe Jordan Olvera. No, it was
number 6.
It was Cedric Lopez, the intended receiver. 3rd down and about 3 for the Panthers. The ball at the Alpine 14-yard line. And here is Jerry in the shotgun. He will hand it off to Jeremiah Gonzalez, and Gonzalez will be brought down at around the 12. That'll be just short of the 1st down, maybe inches short. It'll be 4th and inches for the Panthers.
Well, need our, now we're bringing in a couple of players. So.
Yeah, we make a couple of subs. That's Nick Almendares coming back in. Fabian Ramirez also coming in. 4th down and less than a yard for the Panthers at the Alpine 12-yard line. All right, Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. He will fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself, and Jerry's got a first down to the 5-yard line, gain of 7. And another Panther first down to the 5. It'll be first and goal.
Well, when your quarterback weighs 220, he's bigger than all of the Alpine linemen just about. And I tell you, that's a good, strong run up the middle.
Really nice run. First down and goal at the 5-yard line for Fort Stockton with 3:13 to go in the first half. Fort Stockton up 35-6 over Alpine. That's your BBT score.
I say we throw it to Landon Rivas right here. He's got a couple of good catches.
3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Diaz in the shotgun with Nick Almendaris, the running back. No, yeah, it is. It is Nick. Here's the completed pass to the left flat to Angel Lujan. And Angel will have a 4-yard gain to the 1-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds just before he was able to score.
Really a nice job by Angel to kind of reach back and pull that in and then get upfield.
Second down and goal from the 1-yard line for the Panthers. 2:30 remaining in the first half. Panthers are leading Alpine 35-6. 2 receivers on each side with Diaz at quarterback. Nick Almendaris, the running back. Alpine shifting around a lot on defense here. And here's Jerry. And the pass all alone for the catch. Angel Lujan, touchdown. Panthers. And the M&J Trucking Company touchdown with 2:11 to go in the second quarter. Fort Stockton increases the lead to 41-6. That's your BBT score.
Well, you know, Alpine had like 10 guys on the right side of their defense, so we went the other way where the only one guy was. And he was wide open.
He was wide open.
Yeah.
All alone right there. Okay, here's Diego Ramos trying to make it 6 for 6. Here's the hold by Nick, and the kick is good. It's 42-6 Panthers. That's your new BBT score. Fort Stockton leading. We'll be back in a moment.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terrasses, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears, have an Aerolite plane or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
All right, we're back, and here is Diego Ramos with another kickoff for the Panthers from the 40-yard line. And that is a shorter kick into the wind, and it will be taken by Alpine at the 23-yard line, and a good return for Alpine. Near midfield, but not quite, but that is number 21, Thaddeus Prieto. He's a pretty good return man. He's shown some good returns tonight.
Does a nice job, but, you know, he gets up quickly, catches it at full speed, and follows his blockers well.
First and 10 Alpine at their own 45-yard line. The Panthers leading this game 42-6, still with 2:03 left in the first half. Alpine with Hardwick at quarterback, and there are 2 Hardwicks, one of them a receiver, the other one quarterback. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. They're both seniors too, and they're good ball players. Alpine in the shotgun now. And here's the fake handoff, and now a pass is complete to his brother, it looks like, and that's going to be a gain of a yard, maybe 2, depending on where they spot this ball.
Had a bit of a wide receiver screen, the wide receiver coming back in along the line of scrimmage. And
second down and 9 now after a 1-yard pickup. There is a timeout on the play. We'll be back with more Panther football after this.
This is Dr. Gabe Zamora, Superintendent of Fort Stockton ISD. At FSISD, we know that success begins with showing up every day. Be present and be prepared. I want to thank our parents, families, and community for supporting not just our athletes and performers, but every student and the dedicated educators who work tirelessly to ensure our students thrive in school and in life. Together, let's make this another great year for Fort Stockton.
Ram Country of Fort Stockton has a full-time service department. For all your vehicle needs, visit Ram Country 2603 West Dickinson. Same-day service available on most vehicles. This includes service on Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. They also have a state-of-the-art tire alignment machine. Ram Country has the top service technicians in the area, so no matter the make or model of your vehicle, they can get you back out on the road safely. Call 432-360-1055 to schedule an appointment today.
All right, we're back with more Panther football, and the Panthers putting a lot of pressure on Tay Hardwick, or I should say Day Hardwick, and he has run out of bounds right at the original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. We almost had a tackle in the backfield, Aaron, but Hardwick does a good job of evading those.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He spun around and got away from us.
All right, here's the snap to Hardwick in the shotgun. Long pass downfield. A little bit of bumping down there. They're going to throw the flag.
Oh, that's uncatchable. That's uncatchable, though. I mean, tell you, I think our defensive back just kind of stopped.
Jordan Olvera on the coverage. There was some bumping going on down there, but it looked incidental to me. It kind of looked like it was going both ways. But will they rule it as it's uncatchable? I don't think so.
No,
they're going to mark off a pass interference call on Fort Stockton here. It'll be an automatic 1st down for Alpine.
That ball was 5 yards beyond the wide receiver, and he ran. Really, our guy turned back to find the ball, and the receiver just ran right into him and bumped him.
Okay, so it's 1st and 10 for Alpine after a pass interference call on the Panthers, 15 yards. And it's 1st and 10 for the Bucks down at the Panther 39 with 1:04 left in the first half. All right, here's the snap, and that is Hardwick, and he is going to be almost sacked. But I tell you, he just did an amazing job of keeping the ball alive and getting rid of the ball before he was tackled, and it's incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, he was lucky that wasn't picked off because the Panthers were all over him.
Yeah.
And he threw it right into the middle of the field, but
we've seen some really good pressure tonight by the Panther defense, Darren.
We have.
Now, yeah, we need to probably do a little bit better job of tackling, but really good pressure. And 2nd and 10 for Alpine, and Hardwick being rushed again. And there's a man. Oh my goodness! What a catch by number 2, Tay Hardwick once again. He'll be short of the end zone, but he is going to be marked out at the 2-yard line. What a catch by Tay Hardwick.
Well, again, I think it's a mistake. You got to leave somebody over the top because they've had 2 big plays on the same pass. They're just throwing it deep to the corner, and he's making some great catches. And I don't know why we don't maybe double team him.
Well, he has really made a couple of really outstanding catches tonight. One of them for their only touchdown, and this one moves the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line of the Panthers. All right, now here's Day Hardwick, the quarterback for the Bucks. New running back, I believe, in there. Well, it might not be. It's number 1, and that is A.J. Giannis. He's a big guy. He's a linebacker, but he is huge. And they tried to use his size there to get into the end zone, Darren. They got a 1-yard gain out of it. So it is now 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
They got to line up quickly. I'm not sure they have that many timeouts.
They've still got Giannis, the big guy, at running back. They'll hand it off to him, and I think he was stopped short.
He was once again.
Yeah, so that's a really good job by the Panthers against this really big guy. He's got to weigh about 260 at least. And
that's before breakfast.
And there's a timeout. We'll be back with more Panther football after this.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8280 for Triple G Supply and Services. Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Hewlin Pass are optometrists serving the West Texas area. Visit West Texas Eye Care at 605 North Main in Fort Stockton or 611 South Oak in Pecos. They offer complete and thorough eye examinations for the whole family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, laser surgery consultation, and screenings for macular degeneration and diabetes with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment today in Fort Stockton at 336-3662 or in Pecos 445-3662.
All right, Hardwick, the quarterback, on the keeper around the left side. Unfortunately, I believe the Panthers have just been flagged for a face mask penalty on Hardwick.
I think they're going to call a horse collar, and I don't think you can call that on a running play inside like that.
Well,
I think that's what they're going to call.
A horse collar?
We'll see.
Okay, here comes the head referee. Let's see what kind of a call he's going to make. They're going to move it half the distance to the goal. It'll be inside the 1 yard line. Personal foul, face mask against Fort Stockton.
Well, there's time for one play, and I tell you, they tried to run the quarterback student body left, and good defense by the Panthers other than grabbing the face back.
9 seconds, no timeouts left by either team. First and goal at the half-yard line for Alpine. And here's the quarterback, and the Panthers will do a good job of stopping the running back, but I don't know if he got in or not. Let's see. Alpine says it's a touchdown, and they will unpile the stack there at the goal line and see whether it's a touchdown or not.
Panthers are jumping up and down saying he's not in.
It is not a touchdown, and time has expired. The Panthers have had a great goal line stand at the end of the second quarter to keep Alpine out of the end zone, and that was a run by David Baca that did not get in. So great job by the Panther defense at the goal line to stop Alpine right before halftime. And our score remains. Brought to you by BBT, 42-6, Fort Stockton in the lead. We'll be back in a moment.
West Texas Cinema is open in Fort Stockton next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10, showing the newest movies with a movie premiere once a month. Shows are Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 p.m., and Sundays at 7 and 9 p.m. with admission prices just $10 for adults and $8 for children 12 and under. Plus, they have a full range of fresh concessions, discounts for veterans, first responders, and medical staff with ID. West Texas Cinema, local and family owned and operated at 2181 West I-10. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram at West Texas Cinema.
Pepito's Cafe, which is known far and wide for its great food, is now offering something new that you'll love. Fresh, hand-cut steaks, never frozen and cooked to perfection. Yes, Pepito's now offers delicious and juicy ribeye steaks, New York strips, and filet mignons, and they're fabulous. They've added these to their wide variety of Mexican and American food. Pepito's is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. with breakfast served all day long and with a drive-through window. Look for an expansion coming soon, which will add even more services to their great customers. For orders to go, call 432-336-2882.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our Caravive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemetspa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice. Panther and Prowler fans, choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
When it comes to reliable internet, BBT brings its A game. Whether you're streaming the big game, working from home, or coaching your kids through homework, BBT keeps you connected. BBT is committed to delivering dependable internet, local support, and quality service, all built for Fort Stockton. Join the home team. Stay connected with BBT. Visit BigBen.com or call 800-592-4781. BBT, internet built for Fort Stockton. Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, now in their new location at 2709 West Dickinson, offers a new and unique $5 club. A low monthly membership includes so many advantages on repairing your vehicle, like a 25% discount on the posted shop hourly rate, a 12-month or 12,000-mile warranty on parts and labor on most repairs, and many services for just $5 and other services for free. Check out the $5 club today at www.pay5dollars.com at Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, 2709 West Dickinson. Panther football is brought to you on KFST by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassia Ledesma State Farm, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Arenalde Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Also by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT. All right, we are back here at halftime. And Darren, I've got some scores for everyone while we listen to the Alpine Band. I'm sure Darrell will have some stats in a little bit. But right now we've got some finals. Canyon West Plains over Clint Horizon 58-0. Amarillo Paladuro 48, Caprock 0. That's a final. Anthony, let's see, they beat Cobre, New Mexico last night 48-16. Permian defeated Eastlake 27-12 last night. Lubbock Monterey over Abilene Wiley 24-21. That's a final. Lakey defeated Sanderson 1-0. I guess a forfeit. So Sanderson must have forfeited.
Lakey's got that great kicker. I heard he kicked a 99-yard extra point for the win.
Westbrook over Jonesboro 58-16, third quarter. It's Lubbock Liberty 21, Idalou 12 at halftime. Whit Harrell over Very Best 46-0. That's a final. And Miles over Sterling City 14-0, first quarter. Rock Springs over Santa Ana 19-14, second quarter. Lakeview 28, Snyder 0, second quarter. Clifton 14, Coleman 7 at halftime. Hamilton 28, Early 0, second quarter. Llano 27, Comanche 17 at halftime. And we've got Euless Trinity's Trojans 14, Midland Legacy 3 at halftime. Clyde 33, Eastland 14 at halftime. Brady 12, Mason 7 at halftime. Gatesville 21, Glen Rose 7 at halftime. Cisco 19, San Angelo TLC 0 at halftime. Ballinger over Cristoval 13-0 at halftime.
Crane 21, Kermit 6 at halftime. And Midland 5, Pebble Hills 3, second quarter. And here's Albany over Hawley 14-7 at halftime. Ozona 52, El Dorado 13, second quarter.
Ooh.
And we have here Fort Stockton leading Alpine 42-6 at halftime.
That extra point may come back and haunt Alpine that they missed.
Amarillo Tascosa 39, Wichita Falls Legacy 3 at halftime. It's Dumas over Borger 34-0 at halftime. Plainview 20, Pampa 14 at halftime. Hale Center 16, Plains 0 at halftime. And it's Childress 7, Breckenridge 0, third quarter. Wheeler 36, Morton 6 at halftime. It's Quanah 12, Haskell 6 at halftime. Canyon Randall 30, Monahans 0 at halftime. New Deal 14, Lubbock Roosevelt 6 at halftime. Levelland 28, Pecos 7 at halftime. And Seagraves 14, Vega 0 at halftime. Friendship leading Wichita Falls Memorial 19-14, second quarter. Cedar Hill 8, Jim Ned 6 at halftime. That's Cedar Hill TLC. Springtown 22, Graham 7 at halftime. Ingram Moore and Bandera tied at 14 at halftime. Slayton 46, Brownfield 0 at halftime. Wow. Muleshoe 32, Lamesa 7 at halftime. And it's Hereford 14, Lubbock Estacado 13 at halftime. Seminole 21, Shallowater 7 at halftime. Amarillo River Road 20, Tulia 0 at halftime. We've got Canadian 17, Bushland 14 at halftime. Littlefield 31, Denver City 7 at halftime. Lubbock Cooper 28, Coronado 0 at halftime. Dalhart 26, Perryton 13 at the half. It's Abernathy 14, Sunray 8 at third quarter. And we have Bangs over Merkel 20-13 at half. And we've got McCamey 36, Colorado City 13, second quarter. Odessa Compass 14, Ira N 6 at halftime. And Johnson City 7, Sonora 6, second quarter. Post 49, Forsan 0 at half. And we've got Wink over Stanton. No, excuse me. We've got Stanton over Wink 8-6, second quarter.
Wow.
De Leon 20, Stanford 14 at half. We've got Big Spring 20, Lubbock 6 at halftime. Andrews 16, Canyon 8 at halftime. Hurst, LD Bell 31, Odessa 7 at halftime. Amarillo 14, San Angelo Central 14 at half. Greenwood 19, Sweetwater 8 at half. Grape Creek 22, Reagan County 0 at halftime. Abilene 13, Abilene Cooper 7 second quarter. Coahoma 14, Roscoe 3 at halftime. Anson 35, Archer City 0 second quarter. We've got Van Horn 36, Tornillo 0 second quarter. And Junction 7, San Saba 6 second quarter. Wall 21, Brownwood 3 at half. Robert Lee 34, Garden City 14 second quarter. Rankin 30, Irion County 0 second quarter. Klondike 38, Buena Vista 0 second quarter. And Menard 23, Rochelle 16 second quarter. We'll be back in just a moment.
Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous, authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066.
Your health matters. At Cactus Health Services, we believe quality health care should be accessible to everyone. That's why we offer a sliding fee program, making your visits more affordable based on your income. Whether it's a checkup, managing a condition, or preventative care, we're here for you. Call us today at 432-336-8110 to learn more, or visit us at 700 North Main Street in Fort Stockton, because your health should always come first. Cactus Health Services, caring for our community one patient at a time.
Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular clamato, squirt, topo chico, and jerky preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton.
All right, we are back, and we've got the Pride of Pantherland Band at halftime here in Fort Stockton tonight. The Fort Stockton Pride of Pantherland Band presents their 2025 contest show, Breaking Darkness, featuring flute soloist Valeria Palacios, or Valeria, I suppose, Palacios, and Mariana Salcedo, trumpet soloist Zoe Alvarez, and color guard soloist Bethany Kincaid. The drum majors tonight, Abril Guadian, Giselle Solis, and Gabby Pena.
Why are you pushing me though? Why me? Coy, I need help right here. Coy. Why am I being the one that's getting hurt? Why? Hell no.
Microphone's right there for the radio. You can hear the cussing. So whoever's
Wow, the Pride of Pantherland sounds great tonight. Really, especially good for their first performance. This is amazing. Again, the drum majors, Abril Guadian, Giselle Solis, and Gabby Pena. And we had flute soloist Valeria Palacios, Mariana Salcedo, trumpet soloist Zoe Alvarez, color guard soloist Bethany Kincaid. Great job tonight by the Pride of Pantherland Band and Fort Stockton High School. The band members of the week are freshman flutist Shyla Collins, sophomore clarinet Gaetana Guerra, junior alto saxophone player Amelia Ingram, sophomore trumpet player Julian Vasquez, freshman trombone James Warren. Is that your brother? Ah, that's Sam's brother. And then freshman front ensemble Zayla Dominguez, sophomore drumline Logan Freeman, junior color guard Claudia Gutierrez, and senior drum major Gabriela Pena. And the section of the week is the color guard. The Fort Stockton Pride of Pantherland Band is under the direction of Dr. Ken McSpirit, Scott Kennedy, Dwight Dodd, and David Conger. High school principal is Sammy Solis. Superintendent of schools is Dr. Gabriel Zamora. The Fort Stockton High School Band would like to thank its dedicated band parents and administration for their support. Special thanks to Amistad Motors for their generous contributions and continued support of the Fort Stockton Pride of Pantherland Band. So what a great job tonight. Congratulations. Fantastic performance by the Pride of Pantherland Band tonight here at Panther Stadium in the first game. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with more Panther football.
If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTG Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTG Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come save with us at CTG Express in Fort Stockton.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears? Have an Aerolite plane or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
This is Coach DJ Howell, Athletic Director and Head Football Coach at Fort Stockton ISD. On the field and in the classroom, success doesn't happen by accident. It starts with showing up, giving your best, and being prepared every single day. I want to recognize our parents, families, and community for always being in our corner. And a special thanks to the teachers and staff who put in the hard work that makes winning possible for our kids. Let's keep the momentum going and make this school year one to remember for every student, every team, in all of Fort Stockton.
Well, that was our athletic director on that Fort Stockton ISD commercial, DJ Howell. I'm sure he's very pleased with what he's seeing out of the Fort Stockton Panthers at halftime. 42-6 lead for Fort Stockton.
Yeah, I heard in the offseason he'll be at the station, and he is a DJ, and he'll be doing a little work. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Okay.
But unbelievably, we only have 5 first downs in the first quarter, 2 for Alpine. We've had 8 rushes for 42 yards. Alpine 9 rushes for only 11 yards. We have been 6 out of 7 passing, 1 touchdown and 116 yards. Alpine 3 of 10 passing for 37 yards. I'm sure that probably some of that negative yardage has come off their passing because they've had a couple of big pass plays.
Well, that was the first quarter. You haven't done the second quarter.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the second quarter then. Sorry, I thought it was.
Let's go ahead and do while we're messing up. Let's just do last week's stats. That'll be funny.
I thought it was all totaled up already. Fort Stockton 10 first downs in the second, so that makes 15 total. Alpine 7 first downs. Here's the kick by Alpine, and it bounces at about the 19. Picked up by Fort Stockton, brought out across the 25 to the 27. And let's see,
Nicky.
on that return.
Nicky Sotelo.
Was it Nicky?
I believe so.
Yeah, right. Okay. Now, let's get back to some stats. So, 103 total yards rushing for the Panthers, and then Alpine with a total of 21. All right, so now passing for Fort Stockton. Looks like we have got over 200 yards. We've got 275 yards passing, I believe. And we've got a man down for the Alpine Bucks right now, by the way. And then Alpine has 111. And then total yards 230 for Fort Stockton, 110 for Alpine. We'll take a break. We've got, let's see. I believe he's already gotten up, so it looks like we're going to be okay. Hopefully that man is okay. All right. Here we go. Fort Stockton, first possession. We get the ball, of course, first in the second half as Alpine got the ball first in the first half, and it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. We're at our own 27-yard line. That's where we start this drive. Jerry Diaz still in at quarterback, and Alpine will be all over the running back there. I believe it was maybe Nick Almendaris running the ball, and that's going to be a loss on the play of a couple.
Yeah, I tell you, they're bringing the house that time from the side. And, I think they know the quarterback doesn't want to run. And so they're not even considering him, just running right past the quarterback, going straight to the running back.
Second down and 12 for the Panthers now with 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And here's the fake handoff, and now Jerry will pass it downfield, intercepted by the Alpine Bucks. Number 8 there, Day Hardwick, the quarterback for Alpine. He plays free safety, and he had a beat on that one and intercepted it in Panther territory at the 47-yard line. First turnover for the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, a little bit underthrown. The receiver was breaking open. Had that ball been about another yard, it would have been a big gain, I believe.
1st and 10 Alpine now in Panther territory at the 47. This is a big break for Alpine, as we had, 3 turnovers in the first half, I believe. And now Alpine with the shotgun formation with Hardwick. Long pass downfield and incomplete. Double coverage this time on the receiver for Alpine, who really hurt us in the first half a little bit, Tay Hardwick. He had the only 2 really big plays for Alpine in the first half.
And they're going back to the same play. They're going to that kind of a deep fade and
but double coverage.
But this time we played it. We had a guy over the top, so there's really no place to go.
Second down and 10 now for the Bucks at the Panther 47-yard line. And Hardwick in the shotgun, being rushed, and he got rid of the ball just as before he got hit. And the pass is incomplete for Alpine.
He dropped it. It went right through his hands. Number 2 was there in coverage, but that was a catchable pass.
That intended receiver was Dane Jeffries that time, and he did drop the ball, and it was right where it needed to be.
Yeah, coach was yelling. I heard it. Great, Dane.
3rd down and 10 for Alpine, and this is no huddle. They're just getting the signals from the sideline. 3 receivers in a diamond formation on the left, 1 receiver on the right. And here's the quarterback to throw, and he got away from the would-be tackler. He's got a first down and much more. He evades another tackler. He's going to run for the touchdown. 47 yards, Day Hardwick, and they have scored first in this third quarter.
Well, that's a
he
bad tackle. A couple of bad tackles. We just whiffed on them.
And pretty good evasive maneuvers there by Day Hardwick, too, but 3 missed tackles on that run.
Well, it is. I mean, it's going to be something we got to look at. They've got really 2 pretty good. I think the Hardwick brothers if they're brothers, I think they've got some skill, and we need to we really need to probably double both of those guys. And anyway.
Well, yeah, he has gotten out of trouble numerous times in this game. But Day Hardwick, a really good job there for a 47-yard touchdown run. And now we've got a timeout, I believe. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
Ram Country in Fort Stockton presents Warranty Forever, a warranty like no other, now covering every new Ram purchase from Fort Stockton's exclusive Ram dealer. No mileage limit, no year limit. Your new Ram is protected forever at no extra charge. Plus, Ram Country's Warranty Forever has no deductible and all parts and labor are covered. Log on to RamCountryFortStockton.com to shop online anytime. Then hurry to Ram Country and get your Warranty Forever at no extra charge.
All right, it looks like Alpine is going for 2 points here rather than 1. And Hardwick will be the quarterback, and the running back, I believe, will be A.J. Giannis, who is the big guy they tried to squeeze in right before halftime, if you remember that. A couple of runs for him, and he didn't get in. Here's a throw into the end zone. It's a 2-point conversion, and it is complete to Tay Hardwick, and it is now 42-14. The Panthers leading, and we'll be back with more Panther football in just a moment.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8280 Triple G Supply and Services. Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Hewlin Pass are optometrists serving the West Texas area. Visit West Texas Eye Care at 605 North Main in Fort Stockton or 611 South Oak in Pecos. They offer complete and thorough eye examinations for the whole family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, laser surgery consultation, and screenings for macular degeneration and diabetes with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment today in Fort Stockton at 336-3662 or in Pecos 445-3662.
And we're back with more Panther football. Alpine marches right down with one long pass and, a long run actually by the quarterback. And there were 3 missed tackles on that play, by the way. Then they complete a 2-point conversion, brother to brother, I believe, if they're brothers. And that's at the 18-yard line. We take the ball, and Nicky Sotelo runs it up the middle. Really good return again by Nicky. About a 20-yard return for Sotelo up to the 42-yard line, and the Panthers will take over 1st and 10 right there.
Well, take care of the football. We found that last week. We had a couple of turnovers, and one was a big one, led to a 95-yard more or less pick 6.
Yeah.
That I think was a backbreaker last week. It really broke the game open.
Yeah, right before halftime, and we were within striking distance at that point, but after that interception, it got out of hand.
Yeah, we could have tied it up, but that hurt. We got to take care of the ball.
And we were driving in Lakeview, deep in Lakeview territory at that time. But anyway, right here we have a 1st and 10. Now, Darren, we really need to take care of the ball here.
We do.
And here is Sotelo, I believe. Isn't that Jaden Sotelo on
21,
the run?
Number 21, I think.
Yes. Jaden Sotelo. He's got a 1st down for the Panthers, a gain of about 12 or 13. We'll call it 12 up to the 46-yard line in Lakeview territory. 12 yards picked up. 1st and 10 for the Panthers in Alpine territory. We've got 10:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Our new score, brought to you by BBT, is 42-14, Fort Stockton in the lead. Alpine scored a 2-point conversion also on their first drive of the second half. Jerry Diaz, quarterback, will hand it off again to Sotelo. He's got another good run. That's a 1st down, 11 yards picked up by Jaden Sotelo. It's a Panther 1st down brought to you by Cactus Health.
Well, we need to pick it up. Alpine drove the ball all the way to the 1 before half. Then they get a turnover and score. So Alpine's played pretty well these last few minutes.
But it has always almost been the combination of the 2 Hardwicks.
Well, I think, and it's one
Alpine.
play. They're throwing a fade in single coverage, and that play has really hurt us.
Yeah. First down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Jerry Diaz will hand it off, and this is Almendares, the running back, and he's got a first down. We've had 3 straight runs for 3 big first downs, all in a row consecutively here. That's down to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, they're really, I think they're at the 17.
About a 20-yard gain.
They're at the 17, but yes, they're running kind of to the left side of that Panther line and doing a nice job.
All right, first and 10, ball at the Alpine 17-yard line. Jerry Diaz, the quarterback. I believe it's Nick Almendares. It is. And here's Nick going to the left side. He's got a touchdown. Nick Almendares with a 17-yard touchdown run and a Cactus Health first down on the way. And the Panthers have scored another time here in the third quarter.
Well, that's how you take the momentum back.
Yep.
And I tell you, basically the same play. They're really running to the left side, and, there was a lot of running room. Every play made 10 or 15, 20 yards.
Well, that's our church secretary's son, Nick. That's Linda and EJ's son. Good job for Nick Almendares there. Really nice run around the left side.
I think he was untouched.
I think he was. 9:06 to go in the third quarter, 48-14. Panthers are up now. And here's the kick by Diego Ramos. It's good, 49-14. That's your new BBT score. The Panthers leading. We'll be back in a moment.
West Texas Cinema shows the latest and best movies in Fort Stockton at Fort Stockton's Movie Theater next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10. It's locally owned and family operated with shows every weekend with the freshest concessions. The theater is also available for rent for private conferences and meetings. Call for more information at 432-943-0131. Remember, there's a new movie premiere once a month. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram at West Texas Cinema. Pepito's Cafe in Fort Stockton is known far and wide for its great selection of authentic Mexican food and fabulous American food. They're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Go by and sample Roy's Big Burger or any selection from the varied menu like tortas, tan pequeñas, shrimp cocktails. And they also have mango margaritas and strawberry margaritas. And they feature drive-through window service with breakfast served all day. And look for an expansion soon to serve their customers even better. Pepito's Cafe, 2014 West Dickinson. Call 336-2882. Back with more Panther football. Diego Ramos will once again kick off for the Panthers. 7 touchdowns now for the Panthers tonight. And here's a pooch kick.
We got
Picked
it.
up by the Fort Stockton Panthers. We got a turnover on the pooch kick.
I tell you, their return man had done such a good job. He kicked it into an open spot, and Alpine, nobody went after the ball, and our guy just fielded it. You can't advance it. I don't think you can advance it, but I tell you, it's really a nice play.
It's a man down for Alpine, and so we'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
We're back with more Panther football, and Fort Stockton got a turnover by covering the kick that Alpine didn't cover. It was a nice pooch kick by Diego Ramos. The Panthers were able to get on it and get another possession, Darren.
Well, Alpine, I think, was just confused. The kick was, kicked into an open spot. The return man was trying to get up there and get on it, but he was too far back, and Fort Stockton, nice job to pick that up.
Heads up play. First down and 10 Panthers at the Alpine 37-yard line. Fresh off of scoring a touchdown, we were kicking off, and we got the kick covered. And there's a nice pass complete into the right flat to Landon Rivas. Landon is going to have a first down, 12-yard pickup down to the 25-yard line. That's a Cactus Health first down.
I think Landon's played a great game. I think they've thrown him 3 or 4 passes, and he's caught every one and made good yardage. So
good job.
Great job by Landon here tonight.
First down and 10, ball at the 25. Here's the handoff, and that is Jeremiah Gonzalez right up the middle for a first down to the 11-yard line. And that'll be a 14-yard pickup for Jeremiah Gonzalez.
Really
good job to the 11. First and 10 from the 11.
Yeah, that would be another Cactus Health first down.
Yes, it is.
By the Panthers.
First and 10 at the 11. We've got 8:16 remaining, third quarter. The Panthers are leading Alpine 49-14. That's your BBT score. In the shotgun now is Jerry Diaz, a high snap and a pass complete into the left flat, and a broken tackle after a shoulder harness there by the Alpine tackler, but a good job by Angel Lujan to break that tackle and gain about 3 or 4 extra yards. He's down to the 5, second down and 4.
Yeah, that was only going to be about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah.
And he's able to pull out of that tackle and make a nice play on first down.
Angel Lujan, great job there to gain 6 yards after he was almost tackled by the shoulder pads, but he broke out of it for 4 extra yards. It's second and 4. Now we're at the 5-yard line. 1 receiver on the left, 2 on the right. Here's the handoff, and that one Alpine read pretty well. There's no gain on that play.
Yeah, I think it took a split second long, a little bit of a high snap, kind of disrupted the timing a bit. But
and that was Jeremiah Gonzalez. No gain on that one. Alpine had a couple of tacklers that just bear hugged him right there. It's third and 4. Well, tomorrow we have Texas and San Jose State. Kickoff at 11. Pregame at 10 on the AM station on KFST FM. Texas A&M will play again tomorrow. And there's a run around the left side. Jeremiah Gonzalez now, I believe, has his first touchdown tonight.
Nice job by Jeremiah following that left side. We've had a lot of luck running left tonight.
And that's a Cactus Health first down. It's also a M&J Trucking scoring play on about a 7-yard run by Jeremiah Gonzalez. Maybe, was it a 5-yard run maybe?
Yeah, about a 5-yard run.
Okay. So now it increases the Panther lead to 55-14. And that's your BBT score. We've got Diego Ramos going to try to kick another extra point, and we've got a new holder. This is Jerry Diaz holding. And we've got a Panther coming in very late. He's got to get off the field quickly. And he did. And here's the kick. And it is good. 56-14. Panthers leading over the Alpine Bucks. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in a moment.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our CareVive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemedspa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice. Panther and Prowler fans, choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
We're back, and it's Diego Ramos kicking off once again for the Panthers. Boy, we've had a lot of highlights tonight. It's been a really
a track meet.
It's been a great game for the Panthers offensively, and our defense has performed well. They really have overall. They've had a couple of big plays, but the Panthers have done a great job on both sides of the ball tonight.
Really have. They've had maybe 3 big plays, but nice job.
Here's Diego with another pooch kick. Alpine comes up and fair catches this one at the 32 after turning that last one over. And let's see, number 4 for Alpine, Zane DeLeon, was the one who fair caught the ball at about the 31-yard line.
Thought we were going to fool them again. You know, they kicked it up high, and somebody yelled "grenade," and everyone got out of the way, and we were ready for it, and we pounced on it. So that was pretty smart.
At any rate, I was talking about the Aggie broadcast pregame starts at 10:30 tomorrow on the FM.
They play the Aggies,
and they play the Utah State Aggies at 11:45 kickoff tomorrow on the FM station, and the Longhorns playing San Jose State. Pregame at 10, kickoff at 11 tomorrow. Okay, here's the snap into the shotgun. Overthrown pass intended on the right side for Dane Jeffries. And it's incomplete. It'll be 1st and 10. The ball still at the 31-yard line. It's Alpine ball, 2nd and 10. 6:35 remaining in the second quarter. And a big 42-point lead for Fort Stockton right now, 56-14. That's your BBT score.
All right, I think they threw it to the right. They're going to come back to Tay on the left, I bet.
Looked like one of the Bucks may have jumped out of his stance early. That's another overthrown ball, and the quarterback under lots of pressure again by 3 Panthers. He had to throw it pretty early, and it's overthrown, incomplete, and now 3rd and 10.
That's incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Well,
clock stops with 6:27 to go in the third quarter.
I hate that. I like a running clock.
Yeah,
when it's 50. What is it? 56-14.
Yeah,
we need a running clock.
3rd down and 10. Here's Hardwick in the shotgun. This is Day Hardwick. Low snap. It bounces on the ground, and it is underthrown. And his brother was the intended receiver. I guess it's his brother. We're assuming it is.
We're going to call him his brother.
Yeah, and it's Tay Hardwick.
Tay and Day.
It was a bit overthrown, and anyway, Tay falls down right before the ball got there, and he had no chance at that. So it is 4th down and 10, and we've got a punting situation for the Bucks. And Nicky Sotelo once again to return the ball. He's done a great job of not only fielding these kicks and punts, but also doing a good job on the return game. He's very sure-handed, and it's at the 38. He's at the 50, the 40 in Alpine territory, and he breaks tackles down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Wow, what a return. There are no flags, are there? I don't believe so. So what a nice return. That was about 35 yards, I think.
Well, I'm showing Tay as a sophomore and the other one as a senior. That's what mine says.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yep. Tay is a sophomore.
I bet they are brothers.
Yeah.
And because they spell their names similar.
Yeah.
D-A-E and T-A-E.
Yes. Well, you're right. I thought I just looked at the wrong line, but yeah, the receiver is a sophomore. Okay, 1st and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. We've got a new quarterback in here for the Panthers.
That's
and
good.
There's Jeremiah Gonzalez handing it off. That'll be about a 3-yard gain. Number 28, our new quarterback. And let me see. The numbers are a little bit out of order here. Huh.
Who is 28?
Well, I don't know.
I need to know.
I don't see him on our roster.
Well, I don't know either.
Well, I think that Kyle may have just announced it. Somebody go find out who number 28 is. 2nd down and 7. And here's the handoff, and that is a nice run by Jeremiah Gonzalez. He's all the way down near the 5-yard line, about the 6. And that'll be a very nice gain. Let's see.
Cactus Health 1st down.
Yes, it is. It's going to be a 15-yard gain or so. And that's down to the 6-yard line.
Let's see. I've got somebody texting me. Carlos Ibarra, Mason May. Number
Mason
28.
May. Well, he's not on a roster because I believe Mason is on the JV or the freshman team.
Well, Carlos is never wrong, and he says it's Mason May.
Very good. Well, he's not on our roster.
I think he was last week, maybe.
So this is a surprise.
I think he was last week, possibly. He's a freshman.
Yes, he is.
Mason May is a freshman, and I've got a proposal for you.
What's that?
Well, our cameraman Sam is going to North Texas. He's been accepted there. And Ruben's favorite school is North Texas. I think Ruben should sponsor him. What do you think?
I think you're right. It's going to cost him.
It needs to.
All right, here's Mason May at quarterback. He will fake the handoff, and now he'll keep it himself around the left side, and he will get down to the 8-yard line, a gain of about 3, and it will be 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Is this a relative of the May family here? No? Doug or any of those?
I believe that is true. Yes.
Well, I hear a lot of chatter on the crowd mic.
All right, here we go with 3:57 to go. There's the handoff, and it goes up the middle this time. I believe that might have been Christian Bislad.
30, that's number 30.
Oh, no, 30. Okay, that's Jeremiah Gonzalez. I saw a 3 in there, a flash of a 3. And they're down to the 7-yard line, a gain of only 1 that time. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line of Alpine. 3.5 minutes still to go in the third quarter, Darren.
Yeah, got a lot of backups in, which I like.
Yes, absolutely. Here's May. He's back to throw, and the pass is thrown a little bit low. It is incomplete. Probably trapped at on the turf right there. Number 14, the intended receiver, Nolan Oltoff. It's Oltoff, yeah. Nolan Oltoff, a sophomore.
Sounds like a Norse name.
So
Oltoff.
So now we have a field goal attempt here.
I like this.
So this is a 24-yard field goal attempt by Diego Ramos. The holder is Jerry Diaz.
Oh, got to run somebody off late. We're going to have to call timeout, maybe.
No, we've got time. All right, here we go. A 24-yard field goal attempt. And here is Diego with the kick. Boy, it looks good. And it is. It is 59-14, our new score. Brought to you by BBT and a M&J Trucking scoring play. We'll be back in a moment. 59-14 Panthers.
When it comes to reliable internet, BBT brings its A game. Whether you're streaming the big game, working from home, or coaching your kids through homework, BBT keeps you connected. BBT is committed to delivering dependable internet, local support, and quality service, all built for Fort Stockton. Join the home team. Stay connected with BBT. Visit bigbend.com or call 800-592-4781. BBT, internet built for Fort Stockton.
Alamo Tire and Auto Repair at 2709 West Dickinson now offers the $5 Club. If you can't afford to pay oil field prices, they've created the $5 Club, which allows average families to access affordable vehicle maintenance and repairs. Besides the deeply discounted rates and many no-charge services, the biggest value is a 25% discount on the posted shop labor rate. Call 432-242-7092.
All right, we're back with more Panther football. We've got a kickoff by Diego Ramos as the Panthers score a 24-yard field goal by Ramos. It's taken at the 16-yard line by Alpine, and he will be run out of bounds at about the 25. The return man for Alpine there is Dane Jeffries. 3:05 left to go, third quarter. The Panthers are leading big over Alpine, 59-14. That's your BBT scoreboard.
Well, I got a text from Darla Poulis, says May is Lydia McKenzie's son.
Right.
And
Yes.
so I believe his brother played on our basketball team last year. I remember that.
No, that would be his
cousin.
Cousin. Yeah.
Okay.
First down and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. There are 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left for the Bucks. Fort Stockton brings in a defender late. Day Hardwick is the quarterback in the shotgun. He has a low snap, and he breaks another tackle. I tell you, that kid is difficult to tackle. He really is. He's done a good job for Alpine tonight. But he loses 4 yards. The Panthers do manage a sack of Hardwick there. And that will be a second and 14 coming up now for the Bucks.
He's been under a lot of pressure, but he does a nice job of spinning out of tackles. I tell you,
he's very difficult to tackle. Second down and 14, ball at the 21-yard line. 2 receivers on each side. And a blitz right there by the Panthers. And I tell you what, that was an overthrown pass to number 2, Tay Hardwick. And it's a bit overthrown, but that had a chance.
I think Don Meredith he'd be hard to tackle in a phone booth. I think that was one of Dandy Don's sayings.
3rd down and 14. 2:22 left, and the clock stops on the incomplete pass. 59-14 Panthers. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, and the overthrown pass once again. But the receiver did a good job of trying to catch it there. Dane Jeffries jumped up, and it just went right through his outstretched hands. And it's 4th down and 14 for Alpine.
Really a nice job. We stayed on top of all of the receivers, forced them to throw it underneath. And, even if he makes the catch, he's going to be 5 or 6 yards short of the first down.
What do you say we get the ball back and run the ball and run some time off the clock?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
There's
a quarterback sneak 4 times.
Nicky Sotelo to return this ball. He's standing at the 50-yard line.
He'll probably run it back.
It's another slow snap getting to the punter, and they'll punt it away from Sotelo. It'll roll out of bounds about the 31-yard line. So we will set it up 1st and 10 with 2:11 to go, 3rd quarter, leading this game 59-14. That's your BBT scoreboard.
Now, hopefully we'll let the clock run down every play down to about 2. Snap the ball.
And if you want to interject some scores into the broadcast from around the area, you're welcome to do that.
Okay. I can do that. There were some interesting games tonight. Evidently, Lakeview's pretty good. They were really putting it on Snyder early.
I think we had a penalty on the Panthers there. Not sure what the call was. I didn't see it.
Lubbock Liberty, a team we will play, is beating Idalou 41-12. Lakeview over Snyder 28-14. That's in the 3rd quarter. Euless Trinity 21, Midland Lee 10. Cisco 39, TLC 0. We've got Ballinger 13, Christoval 0. Crane over Kermit 35-6. Midland Bulldogs leading Pebble Hills 12-6.
We had a 10-yard penalty on that after that punt.
Well, what did we do?
I don't know. Maybe a hold. Anyway, 1st and 10 Panthers. Here's Mason May, the quarterback, and the catch is made by Cedric Lopez, I believe. And Lopez will have about 3 yards, and it'll bring up, he's got 3 or 4. He'll bring up 2nd and about 7.
Kenyon Randall over Monahans 51-0. Halfway into the 3rd quarter.
Oh, my goodness.
Level end over Pecos 28-7 at the half.
2nd down and 6. May, the quarterback for the Panthers, a freshman. Here's the handoff to Jeremiah Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets up to the 30-yard line. He's only a yard, maybe 2 yards shy of the first down. They're going to mark him. I thought he got to the 30, but they mark him at the 29. So it's 3rd and 2 for the Panthers.
Friendship over Wichita Falls Memorial, 26-14 in the 3rd.
Mason May, the quarterback now, a freshman, has been brought in a backup role here late in this game with a big lead. 3rd down and 2. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's May to throw, and it's overthrown and incomplete, and it will be a 3rd and 2. And I thought we were going to run the ball, but no, we are going to stop the clock.
Isn't it 4th and 2 now?
Pass. It's 4th and 2 now, yes.
Yeah, we should have. I think we should have run that.
Yeah. So now it's 4th and 2, and will we go for it? It looks like we might.
We might go for it.
I believe we're going to go for this. Alpine is going to try to stop it and get the ball back deep in Panther territory. This is a run. It goes right up the middle, and I don't think we made it. It's going to go over on downs to the Alpine Bucks. We made nothing on that play. So now Alpine will take over at the Panther 29-yard line.
We have Greenwood over Sweetwater 40-8.
Ball will go over.
We've got the Andrews Mustangs losing to Canyon 22-16.
Well, Darren, Greenwood they were the favorite, according to Texas football, to win our district this year. Seminole is picked second.
Well, they look pretty good.
They look good right now. Yeah, they beat Childress the first week, and now they're beating Sweetwater handily.
Handily. That's with both hands.
First down and 10 for the Alpine Bucks. 3 receivers in a diamond formation on the right side. No receivers on the left, not yet. Now they bring one over to the left, and that'll be Hardwick. And then Day Hardwick, the quarterback, in the shotgun. And he's got the snap, and he evades all of the rushers. And I thought he might have gotten beyond the line of scrimmage before he kind of backed up and threw the ball. The ball is incomplete, intended for Zane DeLeon.
Well, you know what? When you're running for your life, I'm going to let him cross the line once or twice and get back over.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to say, you know what? You've been running and scrambling all night long. We're going to give you that one.
Yeah, he did. I think he went across the line of scrimmage and then got back and threw the ball. Second down and 10 now. Ball at the 29-yard line. There's no penalty for that.
Yeah, no, you can. Well, it could be an illegal forward pass, but in this case, we didn't see it.
Second down and 10, ball at the 29, shotgun formation. He rolls to his right and being pursued. That's a good tackle. Number 15 for the Panthers, Angel Mendoza, probably had the best tackle all night long on Day Hardwick.
Yes, I tell you, we did a nice job. We played him inside out, kept him going. There was no place to cut back in, and he just took him out.
Third down and 15 now, third and 16, I would say, for the Alpine Bucks. And the ball is back to the 35.
I'm going to put 2 guys on number 2.
And, you know, if they don't get this playoff, we will end this quarter. Let's see what happens. They do get the playoff before the end of the quarter. And it's a screen pass. And the Panthers play it pretty well, holding it to only about a 6-yard gain. That's the end of the third. With our score, 59-14, Fort Stockton. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in a moment.
Amistad Motors in Fort Stockton specializes in the sales and service of new and pre-owned vehicles. They deal in sport utility vehicles, cars, convertibles, sedans, wagons, and minivans. The dealership service department caters to the basic service needs of vehicles and stocks genuine parts and accessories. They also have a finance department that offers assistance with payment calculations and a variety of financing and leasing options. Amistad Motors, located at 2110 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton.
Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenidos Mexican food restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco plate. Wednesday it's Bienvenidos nachos. Thursday it's the hamburger basket. And Friday it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenidos open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson.
All right, and we're back, and the Fort Stockton Panthers had 3 guys all over the quarterback for Alpine, and he got out of it. And then he scrambles to the right, and then he's tackled, that time by the Panthers in a sure tackle. I believe Alan Leyva was the man who got him down, but that ball will go over on downs now to the Panthers.
Well, I don't know how he got away. We had 2 or 3 guys pulling him down, and he got away.
Yeah.
And luckily there was no place to go, and eventually we tackled him.
He's a pretty outstanding player for Alpine. Does a really good job for him. And not a bad passer either, really.
No, they've dropped 2 or 3 passes.
Yes, they have.
So, you know, let's run the clock down to 2 or 3 and run it every play. What do you think?
I agree. Let's run the ball and run the rest of the clock out. First down and 10, ball at the 29-yard line, and the ball goes over on downs to Fort Stockton with our Panthers leading 59-14.
We're going to get a penalty here. We didn't get our players on in time.
And that's a timeout by Fort Stockton taken just before the play clock expired. So we'll be back with more Panther football.
This is Dakota Live Safe for the Pecos County State Bank. In West Texas, integrity is a way of life. We stand by our friends. We are true to our word. Easy or hard, we do the right thing. At Pecos County State Bank, you will find honest, hardworking, friendly people you can trust. You will find integrity. A West Texas institution since 1928. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
All right, we're back with more Panther football. Panthers take over, and here is Mason May going to run the ball this time, and he is tackled from behind or on the back there, kind of doubled up, and that'll be a loss on the play. It's going to be a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Please run it down 40 seconds before you snap it.
11:28 now left to go in the football game. 59-14. The Panthers dominating Alpine here tonight.
You know, and they brought a lot of fans.
Yeah, they did.
They really did.
They've got a good crowd.
They did.
Yep. Who doesn't want to come to Fort Stockton on a Friday night?
Yeah.
All right, here's the handoff. And that's a nice opening, close to first down yardage. Jeremiah Gonzalez will gain 11 yards right there, and it will be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 coming up, an 11-yard gain by Jeremiah Gonzalez. Good job.
Yeah, I think a lot of people at Alpine will come here and eat and shop a little bit at home.
Yeah. 3rd down and 1, ball at the 38-yard line. We need the first down so we can keep the clock going. And here's the handoff again. That is Jeremiah Gonzalez, and he is denied in the center of the field and breaks it out to the right side. He's got a big gain down to the 42-yard line. That'll be a 20-yard gain for Jeremiah Gonzalez, and that'll be a Cactus Health Clinic first down.
I like it. Clock is going to tick under 10 minutes, mercifully.
Yep. The ball now at the 42-yard line. We've got freshman quarterback Mason May in there right now.
And sophomore running back. Isn't Jeremiah a sophomore?
Yes, he is.
Got a very young team out there. A lot of backups.
All right, we've got 2 receivers on the left and 2 on the right on 1st and 10 at the Alpine 42. Mason May takes the snap. Passes it. It's overthrown. He's had a few overthrown passes tonight. He's probably pretty nervous.
Well,
but that's overthrown, and it'll be 2nd and 10 on the incomplete.
You know, I know we want to run the clock, but it is good to practice. You know, shout out to Ivan Pena, former all-district lineman from Fort Stockton, played football at UTPB, and he is our offensive coordinator. He's a really good guy, so he's doing a nice job. Called a really good game tonight.
Yeah, he has. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 42-yard line. New head coach DJ Howell is there's a fumble on the play, and it will be covered by the Panthers by Jeremiah Gonzalez. We'll lose some yardage on that play and lose about 3. It'll be 3rd and 13. 9:29 and counting in this ball game. 59-14, Panthers ahead. Stay tuned for the West Texas High School Scoreboard Show. That'll come up after our ball game tonight. That show comes to you live out of Floydada, Texas.
You know, we have a new center in. Cy Rojas is the usual center. We've got another one, number 52 is in.
Here's Mason And he will complete. No, he won't. It will be in and out of the hands of Nolan Olthoff. And I have to say that a couple of times because it's kind of an unusual name, but it's Olthoff. And Nolan is his name, and that's an incomplete pass, 4th down and 13.
You know, when I visited Norway, there was about 50 Olthoffs in the elevator with me. So
must have a big elevator.
Yeah, well, you haven't been to Norway lately, have you? That's home of the big elevator.
4th and 13, and we're going for it. Here's Mason all alone and overthrows the pass. Man, there was a receiver, I believe Alonzo Urias, down the right sideline, and he was all alone. And, man, if he just had thrown an accurate pass, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, the ball sailed a little outside on him. Yeah, it needed to keep it inside. But I tell you, he got the ball down there a long way. Just it sailed wide right.
And that stops the clock with 8:56. Of course, a change of possession here. We went for it on 4th down and incomplete pass. So Alpine takes over a good field position at their own 45-yard line. We've got a 59-14 score. The Panthers on top. That is your BBT score. And now it's Alpine with 3 receivers on the right side, 2 on the left. Empty backfield except for the quarterback. Quarterback's going to be sacked by that Panther defense, and that has been pretty rare tonight to bring Hardwick down, but we've done that 3 or 4 times here in the last 2 or 3 possessions, so we're getting to him a little bit better, tackling him a little bit better now.
That's number 63 on the tackle. Did a nice job and just held on for dear life and pulled him down.
Well, and 63 is not on our program either. 2nd down and 12. Here's a pass complete to the right flat. And then a tackle by the Panthers after about a 5-yard gain. The receiver on that was Zane DeLeon for Alpine. They gained about 7, and it'll be, 6. And it'll be 3rd down and 7.
You're in mid-season form.
Well, I'm watching the guy operating the down marker, and he backed up, and then he changed the down late. So I'm going to have to stop following him, I think. 3rd down and 7. Here's the fake handoff, and then a completed pass in the right flat. 1st down, I believe, for Alpine, and that'll be to Dane Jeffries. He gains enough for the 1st down plus a couple of more.
Really nice job. The quarterback, good pressure, and he had to sidearm that, but he was able to complete it and get upfield for a 1st down.
So it's 1st and 10 Alpine at the Panther 43-yard line. 7:24 in counting in the game. The Panthers are up in this one 59-14. That's your BBT score.
BBT.
Yes. Internet provider for our area. 1st down and 10, ball at the 43. They put a receiver in motion to the left side. Fake handoff, and here's the pass complete. A screen pass, and it's good for about a yard is all. Good coverage on the screen pass. Again, number 63 there with the tackle, and again, he's not on our program. Bringing some young guys in that are getting some playing time. They're not even on the program.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
But we do know who number 28 is. That was Mason May. He's playing some quarterback tonight, a freshman. 2nd down and 9, ball at the 42-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun, got a lot of time, rolls out to his left, and the pass is short-hopped. Short of number 3 there. It's incomplete. That'll be Gage Olivas.
Can you long hop a pass? I always hear short hop. Can you long hop one?
Well, I guess you could, but it would.
I'm just curious.
You're always analyzing things a little too much.
That's my job. It's right here, page 2. Oh, we have a penalty here.
Oh, yes, we do. And this is at least a 10-yarder. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty marked off against the Panthers. I didn't see what it was.
I think that was more like 19 yards. Darrell said it was roughing the passer.
Oh.
Or roughing the short hopper. we
roughed the passer? Okay.
You know, our defensive back thought it was a long hop, and so he went ahead and roughed him, but you can't do that on a short hop.
1st and 10, ball at the 27-yard line of Fort Stockton here. And Alpine driving with 6:18 to go. Panthers just got called for a penalty. And here's the quarterback, and he will come. No, it's an incomplete pass. I thought he had it, but number 12, Dane Jeffries, after he was hit, dropped it. So it is now 2nd and 10.
I like this one. We get a lot of guys in the game, and I think it's good for morale, good for practice, good for depth.
Sure.
Jerry played a nice game at quarterback tonight. Really did.
Yeah, really nice game. Well, everyone. There's been a lot of players for the Panthers tonight who've played a great game. 2nd down and 10 for the Alpine Bucks with 6:09 left in the game. 27-yard line, the line of scrimmage, and that ball is caught. And that'll be a 1st down for Alpine. The ball was thrown a little low, but that'll be about a 15, 16-yard gain all the way down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, he's coming up slow, too.
A 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Well, he's got to be tired.
He got pulled down awkwardly, and I think he wants to come out for a minute. He has really played a lot and has been hit a lot. Yes.
Got to be tired. He's played the entire ball game. And
he's just a sophomore.
Yes. Well, no, this one's a senior.
Oh, is this one the senior?
The quarterback is a senior.
Oh, yeah.
His receiver is a sophomore.
Yeah, I was talking about the sophomore. He's the one that was hurt.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that looked like it was very close to being a hold or an interference call, but they do not throw the flag on Fort Stockton. On the coverage was Jordan Olvera, but we get away with that.
Yeah.
It wasn't much contact.
Nah.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 11-yard line. And again, the clock stops.
That's brutal.
Yep.
Well, it's just 9:30.
Right. But the game started at 7.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, the ball, the quarterback, I should say, in the shotgun, 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's the quarterback rolling out to his left and now being rushed, and we missed the tackles. And now the quarterback is run out of bounds after gaining all the way down to the 4-yard line. And he really is a talented runner.
Yeah, he's done a great job because he's been running for his life all night.
3rd down and 3. Day Hardwick there with a really nice run down the left sideline after we missed a few tackles. He's pretty good at evading the tacklers. And he is tired. You can certainly tell.
Yes. I knew when he took a pillow out there that, on that last drive that he's really tired.
I didn't see that.
Well, I've got my binoculars. It's a small pillow, of course.
3rd down and 3. Hardwick will be in the shotgun again. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Handoff up the middle, and a really hard hit on that big running back. That is A.J. Giannis. He's got to weigh about 250. And I think, let's see, it's going to be a 4th down. Yeah, he's a yard short of the 1st down marker. He's down at about the 2.5. So 4th down and a yard. We've got a timeout. We'll be back with more Panther football.
The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson. The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Iran. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, go Panthers and Prowlers. The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. Well, it's fourth and less than a yard. Near the goal line, Alpine's going to go for it. That is a great tackle by Fort Stockton on their running back, number 1, and I believe it was Fabian Ramirez.
Well,
we take over. That was a loss of a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah, that play hadn't worked for them all night, really.
I believe that was Fabian Ramirez, number 4, who came in to make that tackle. What an outstanding tackle right there.
And had some great hits in the 50s. He was really something. What a singer.
Fabian?
Yes. Oh,
yeah, well, this is Fabian Ramirez.
I think that's right. Well, that's good. Let's see if we can run some clock. You think we can run 4 minutes off here?
Well, I'm hoping so. All right, the scoreboard show coming up after our ball game tonight. Stay tuned for that. It is 59-14. The Panthers are leading the Alpine Bucks. That's your BBT score. And they'll have all the rest of the scores of all of the West Texas games tonight. So stay tuned for all of that. And that is a fumble in the end zone.
Safety.
That will be covered up. It's a safety. Safety for the Alpine Bucks.
Well,
we fumbled. The quarterback was in the shotgun. He fumbled it, and we covered it up. We got our own fumble back, but it, of course, is a safety when it's in the end zone.
Well, when new center, new quarterback, maybe you should get under center and just try to push it out a few yards because that's always dangerous.
Well, this game might be prolonged a little bit because now Alpine's going to try to score again. And they will be passing the ball.
They will be passing the ball. Quarterback running.
Yeah. 3:48 left in this one still. And now Fort Stockton's been tackled in the end zone, or not tackled, but we fumbled it in the end zone and covered the fumble in the end zone, meaning a safety. 59-16. Alpine now with our new score. It's Fort Stockton leading by 43. Is that right? And that is your BBT scoreboard.
Hey, how about this? I don't know if you've ever seen this. What if we try an onside punt? That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Huh? Well, we should try an onside punt. Just punt it straight down into the ground and then go and fall.
You have a choice of either kicking or punting after a safety.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm suggesting an onside punt. Let's make history tonight.
So let's see. We'll punt or kick from the 20-yard line, and I'm assuming Diego will kick it. He is putting the tee down. He's going to kick it from the 20. He'll probably try to get the deepest kick he can.
Yeah, he can kick it. He can kick it a long way. Although he may be tired.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He may be tired.
His leg has had a workout tonight, that's for sure. And that is angled over toward the right side. It will go out of bounds.
Yikes.
Now
that's a penalty.
That's a penalty when it goes out of bounds like that by
Probably
itself.
Come out to about the 45 maybe.
Yeah, about the 43. Is that a 5-yard penalty? Isn't it just a 5-yarder?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, that's
I think it's 5 yards from a certain spot because
it's 5 yards from where it went out of bounds.
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Oh, they're going to mark off 10. It's a 10-yard penalty. 15? Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. I didn't think it was that bad of a penalty.
No, it comes out. You can't just kick it out at the 2 or 3 yard line and expect it a 5-yard penalty. Everyone would do that. It comes out a certain distance automatically.
There's a big run for Alpine by number 0. He's got a first down, and that is David Baca.
one of the
what he said?
One of the best runs of the night.
That's Arnold Schwarzenegger's friend. He's Baca. Saw him in the Terminator.
1st and 10, ball at the 16, and there's a false start against Alpine. False start, and it will be 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Fort Stockton leading Alpine 59-16.
We kind of a scramble, but really the renovations are looking nice. The evening went along pretty well.
Yeah, it's been fine, but they're going to have to do a lot of touch-up work and finish-up work here at the stadium.
As you noted earlier, the F disappeared.
There was another H over there that fell off.
Yeah.
And here's a good tackle by that Panther defense. Gain of nothing on that play by Alpine. It'll be 2nd and 15. And the clock should be running. I'm not sure why it's not.
Now, the referee's pretty unhappy.
Yeah, the referee is saying, run the clock, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know why it stopped.
Well, Kyle probably had something to do with that. He always messes things up.
2nd down and 15 yards to go. Ball back to the 41-yard line.
He probably bet heavily on the game, and he needs another score, so he's slowing things down.
2 receivers on the left, and they put one in motion, and that is a batted pass. Good job there. Another good defensive play by Fabian Ramirez. He's the guy who stopped that 4th and goal play, 4th and 1 play down near the goal line a moment ago, and he just batted one down. Forces the incomplete pass, and now it's 3rd and 15. 59-16 Panthers. That's your BBT score. Cactus Health Clinic sponsors our first downs. Here's the handoff. It will be no gain on the play. It'll be 4th and 15. M&J Fast Lube sponsoring our outstanding plays. M&J Trucking sponsoring our scoring plays. And BBT sponsoring the scoreboard. Thanks to all of our other sponsors for making Panther football possible tonight. Also, Pecos County State Bank for sponsoring our live stream on YouTube, making that possible. Want to thank also our statistician, Daryl Scott, Sam Warren, our cameraman tonight, and Darren Hodges, our color man, who's been quite colorful.
All right. Well, it's been a good game.
4th and 15. Shotgun formation. They're going for it. And that's a bad snap, and it's fumbled. And now the quarterback recovers and throws that ball downfield out of bounds. Well, that's a great save by the quarterback. He could have lost a lot more yardage. But it is 1st down and 10 now for the Panthers. We turn it over on downs with 1:34 to go at our own 41-yard line. We just need to run the ball and end this game.
Yeah, let's don't fumble the snap. Well, I guess we did get on the last fumble. We were just in the end zone.
Right.
So
got a safety. That's how Alpine got the extra 2 points.
We have never lost a game at renovated Fort Stockton Panther Field. Never.
1:34 left in this ball game. The Panthers will be on the road next week against the Pecos Eagles. Isn't that right?
It is. And then we'll have 2 games in a row at home. Liberty, which is playing better,
yeah. Well, they had a young team last year.
They had a young team. I didn't think they were very good last year. And
well, they've gotten better for sure.
They've gotten better.
1st and 10, ball at the 41. Are we going to have a victory formation? This is Jerry Diaz. He's back in the game. He's going to take a knee back at the 34-yard line. And so looks like we're just trying to run out the clock on this one.
I like that.
I've noticed some guys, when they're in the shotgun, they come up and take a knee about 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage instead of taking a 5-yard or 6-yard loss.
I think the NFL has changed it maybe. And
do those stats count?
They count as a team stat, not as a personal stat.
Uh-huh. 2nd down and 17 now for the Panthers as we lost 7 on that play. Here's Jerry Diaz. He's going to take another big loss on this play. Back to the 27-yard line.
We do this 2 more times, we may get another safety.
Well, we're only about 2 seconds off between the play clock and the game clock.
Well, then we can run it out, just dance around for 2 seconds.
Well, it's 3rd down. We
oh, yeah.
You know, yeah. I don't think Alpine's going to stop it. They do have 1 timeout left. All right, that will do it. We should see Alpine not call a timeout, and the time should expire here at Panther Stadium. That's going to be our final score. Fort Stockton 59, Alpine 16. That's your final BBT score. We'll be back in a moment, and we'll wrap up the ball game.
Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600. Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field. For portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers, contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos, serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties. You'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land, serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management, located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
All right, we're back with Panther football, and we've got the school songs being played, the fight songs, I guess, also being played, and 59-16 the final here at Panther Stadium, the renovated Panther Stadium. I'm sure we'll see even a more complete stadium in 2 weeks when we play here again.
Well, I don't think they'll have the dome up, so we'll still be playing outside. But, yeah, I think maybe the backs on the bleachers. And
now, you're going to mislead people to thinking we're going to get a dome, which we're not.
Well, not yet, but it's coming.
Oh, okay. Whatever you say. All right, Darren, what do you think of the Panthers' performance tonight? A good job.
Well, it is. I think, again, I think that we talked with the coach, and we had a lot of things go wrong last week. But a lot of new players, a new system, new coaches, everything's brand new. And then our quarterback goes down, and Lakeview's obviously better than anyone thought. They're putting it on Snyder pretty good. So,
Darren, next week you talk about the Pecos game. There's a little bit of renewed rivalry. There's this natural rivalry between Fort Stockton and Pecos, but then you add to the fact that Mike Peters is now their AD, who used to be the head coach here. He's from Pecos. That's going to add a little bit of energy to that game, I think.
It is. They got a lot of Fort Stockton staff over there, too.
Yes,
so, yeah, it's going to be a big game, and I think and a lot of the coaches at Pecos were coaches here also. So it's going to be a big game. I think Pecos is playing pretty good football. They were losing tonight to Levelland, which surprised me, but it's going to be a big game.
All right, so let's take a look at this final stats here compiled by Darryl Scott.
Can I have a suggestion?
Yes.
Don't read the first quarter stats again.
Okay. Or these are the game totals. Okay. Right, Darryl? Yes, 18 first downs for Fort Stockton and 9 for Alpine. We had rushed the ball 36 times for 239 yards. Alpine rushed the ball 28 times for 80 yards. We were 15 out of 23 passing for 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Alpine 10 out of 33 for 136 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So a total yards for Fort Stockton of 430 and Alpine with 216. So we more than doubled them up. It's a good job by the Panther offense and defense tonight. 59-16, our final score. Thank you, Darrell. And thank you also, Sam Warren, for doing our camera tonight. And thanks, Darren. We're going to be in Pecos next week at that really fancy press box.
Well, it is, yeah. It's like 3 or 4 stories.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's really a nice one. So, and it's an alternating purple and gray field. It'll be interesting.
It is, yeah. They've got those massaging lazy boy chairs in the booth, and the caviar last year was excellent.
Year before last.
Year before last.
All right, that's going to wrap it up from Panther Stadium, and we go to the West Texas High School scoreboard coming up next, and we'll see you next week from Pecos.
You've been listening to Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and on KFST's YouTube page. Panther football has been brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassia Ledesma State Farm Insurance, The Steakhouse Restaurant, The First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football has also been brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance and Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT. Thanks for tuning in for Panther football.